Good afternoon from the Tarble Arena in Kenosha, Wisconsin. It's time for the Carthage Sports Report as we get set for basketball tonight. We've got a doubleheader planned here at the Tarble Arena. Hope you can come on out, warm up, get in the warm building here tonight as it'll be senior night for the Lady Reds and Redmen. Both teams playing Wheaton College tonight. 16th ranked Wheaton College ladies taking on the Lady Reds, and then the Redmen and Thunder will battle in the nightcap. So hopefully you get an opportunity to come on out and celebrate senior night here as the four women seniors will be introduced here in front of the home crowd one final time in the final home game for the Lady Reds, and for the Redmen we'll send off Cam Van Wyk and Dante Logan on senior night for the Redmen this evening. But first, it's time for the Carthage Sports Report, and we dig deep into the men's lacrosse program as lacrosse opened up its season this weekend in the Rhodes College Crane Field tournament down in Memphis, Tennessee. The Carthage Redmen lacrosse defeated the Southwestern University Texas and with an 11-4 victory over Southwestern University. Carthage jumped out to a 6-0 lead in the first period and led by 7 points at the half, 8-1. Opened up a 10-1 lead at the end of the third. Luke Seidel, the freshman out of San Diego, California, and Billy Lane, the sophomore from Centennial, Colorado, had 2 goals and 1 assist each. Timothy Francis, a senior from Costa Mesa, California, and Jared Farrell, a junior out of Trabuco Canyon, California, and John Salerno, a junior from Western Springs, Illinois, had 2 goals each. Goalkeeper Ryan Smith, a teammate of Billy Lane's out at the Centennial, Colorado, collected 10 saves in that win. So the Redmen off to a 1-0 start in lacrosse play. They play again tomorrow. They'll take on host Rhodes in a noon contest at Crane Field in Memphis, Tennessee. Earlier this week, the CCIW inaugural preseason men's lacrosse poll selected Carthage as the number 1 team coming into the season. The Redmen were chosen by their coaches in that league as the team to beat. Redmen coming off a 15-6 record in 2014. They collected 25 first-place points, including 5 first-place votes from the other teams in the league. And Augustana was picked second, getting 1 first-place vote in the process. Illinois Wesleyan selected third, Elmhurst fourth. Carroll University, which will join the Lacrosse League this year and become a full member of the CCIW in 2016, finished fifth in the poll, and University of Dubuque finishing 6th in that poll, getting 7 points. So Carthage, the Redmen, picked to win the inaugural CCIW Conference Men's Lacrosse League this season. So best of luck to the lacrosse team, off to a good start, 1-0 on their trip to Memphis, Tennessee. Men's volleyball action continues tonight. The Redmen volleyball team out in Iowa this evening as they will take on conference opponent Loras College at 7:30 at the Athletic and Wellness Center in Dubuque, Iowa. The Redmen volleyball team 4-2 in the Midwest Collegiate, or I should say 4-2 overall, 2-0 in the Midwest Collegiate Volleyball League, are ranked 6th this week in the American Volleyball Coaches Association Division III poll. They defeated conference opponent at number 14, MSOE, on Thursday night at the Kern Center in Milwaukee. The Redmen winning totals over the Raiders were 17-25, 29-27, 25-22, and 25-15. Ryan Paul had 10 kills and a .500 attack percentage, 4 block solos and 4 block assists. John Storm, a senior out of Naperville, had 10 kills and 6 digs to go with 3 block assists. And Will Kraft collected 8 kills with 5 digs and 3 block assists. And Tyler Saig, the setter, had a total of 41 assists. So Carthage on the road tonight as they will take on 0-6 Loras College in a match that gets underway at 7:30 in Dubuque, Iowa. A couple other sports news items involving Carthage athletics. Got the swim team, both the men's and women's swim team, hosting the conference tournament over at the Recplex in Pleasant Prairie this afternoon. And both teams are in second place going into the final day of the tournament. That's going on, as I said, in the swimming pool at the Recplex Athletic Center. And so we wish them the best of luck. Women's swimming team As I mentioned, in second place, Wheaton College leads the 7-team championship, followed by Carthage, Illinois Wesleyan third, Augustana fourth, Rose-Hulman is fifth, North Central sixth, and Millikin University seventh in going into today's action. Mary Devereaux from Carthage, a junior out of Oak Park Fenwick, finished fourth in the 200 individual medley, as did Lisa Perdue, a senior from California, in the 500 freestyle. Maddie Hoover from Kenosha Tremper tied for fifth place in the 50 freestyle. Lauren Pensian finished fifth in the 500 freestyle, and Ashley Gladys in the 200 medley, individual medley, I should say, also finishing there. So again, the women's team in second place going into today's action down at the Recplex at Pleasant Prairie. Men's team also in second place after the second day of the Thursday through Saturday championship, as Rose-Hulman Institute leads the 6-team championship, followed by Carthage. Wheaton is third, Augustana fourth, Illinois Wesleyan fifth, and Millikin is sixth. Carthage's Nick Saul, a sophomore from Michigan, won the 200 individual medley on Thursday. James Weslaski out of Racine Case finished second in the 200 individual medley, as did Taryn Solon out of St. John, Indiana, in the 500 freestyle. Cameron Small out of Racine Case was fifth in the 50 freestyle, and Jamie Hill, a sophomore from Arlington Heights Hersey, in the 500 freestyle. Redmond also picked up a win from their 400 medley relay team of Lee Hallman, Chris Reardon, and Weslaski and Small in that championship. So best of luck to the swimming teams as they wrap things up late this afternoon and into the evening over at the Recplex. Indoor track taking part in the Chicagoland Championship down at North Central College. That got underway at 11 o'clock this morning. And the men's track and field team 20-7 in the indoor meets. Finished third last week at the Illinois Wesleyan Bob Keck Invitational. The women also are participating in this weekend. The Lady Reds travel to Bourbonnais next Saturday for the Olivet Nazarene University qualifier. That gets underway at 10 o'clock next Saturday, February 21st. The women's track team, 29-15 indoor record. They finished seventh in the Chicagoland Indoor Championship yesterday, held in Naperville. So best of luck to Stephanie Doman and the women's track program as they continue on their quest to win a championship. Also, a couple of other reminders involving Carthage athletics. It's not too early to be thinking about the 2015 Carthage College Soccer Camp. Brochures are now available for that camp. There's a girl resident camp, which will run June 14th through 18th, and then the boys resident camp runs June 21st through June 25th. Camps are for players ages 9 to 18, with day camps available for the younger ages of 5 to 11 in both sessions. And for more information and a brochure for the 2015 Carthage College Soccer Camps, contact Coach Steve Doman at 262-551-5390. That's 551-5390. Or you can email the coach at sdomin, that's SDOMIN, at carthage.edu, or visit the Carthage College website at carthage.edu/soccer camp. That'll warm you up. Soccer camp coming up in June. And finally, I want to remind you that the Redmond Lady Red Golf Open over at Kenosha Country Club is going to be held Monday, June 29th at the Kenosha Country Club. And I'd like to invite all of our listeners and alumni to get involved with that. The 2014 event raised over $100,000 for the Carthage College Athletic Endowment. So reservations for foursomes and corporate sponsorships and donations are now being accepted. And for more information on the 2015 Carthage Redmond Lady Reds Open, contact Athletic Director Bob Bond at 262-945-8515, or you can email him at rbonn, that's RBONN, at carthage.edu to get more information on participating in the 2015 Carthage College Redmond Lady Reds Golf Open Monday, June 29th. That'll warm everybody up indeed. For more information about Carthage Athletics, simply go out to the webpage, carthage.edu/athletics page, and that'll take you right to all of the information involving the Carthage, Redmond, and Lady Reds varsity teams. Stay tuned. We've got the pregame for the Lady Reds coming your way next. You're listening to Carthage Athletics on Kenosha's radio station, AM 1050 WLIP. Welcome into the Tarble Arena, everyone, as we get set for Senior Day here at Carthage College, as the Lady Reds honor their four seniors in their final home game of the regular season here tonight, as they take on the 16th-ranked Wheaton Thunder at 21-2, joined now by head basketball coach Tim Bernero. And a lot easier said than done. You go from one ranked opponent to another ranked opponent, from one style of basketball to another style of basketball. So hopefully these last 48 hours you've been able to kind of wash out what took place here Wednesday night, even though it was a nice win, but the way that game was played.
You know, the good part about that is that we batted in this order last time too. You know, fortunately our form is better, you know, since we handled North Central better. Now we'll see if we can follow that up and handle Wheaton just a little better than we did last time, because we went from the bad night we played at North Central on a Wednesday, turned around that Saturday, went to Wheaton, led for 25 minutes, and they passed us and held us off by a couple baskets. And, you know, now we're in a situation where we played really well the other night and did what we set out to do. I told the kids this is the same thing. We have to do what we set out to do. We have to execute the plan and stay consistent with it for 40 minutes. It's just a different style.
You hung with Wheaton the last time out. For the first 20 minutes, neither team really got into a good offensive flow in the first half of that game down in Wheaton, and then second half they just caught fire and ran away there a little bit, shooting wise, anyways, about 52% in that second half.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They've got multiple weapons. They've got a really good point guard, McDaniels, that can create stuff. They've got Meacham, who's a really good three-point shooter if you don't tend to her correctly. Zeller's been a good player for them. That's, you know, a double-digit scorer, and then Considine's one of the better post players in the conference. So then they fill in around them with a few parts that, you know, last time the crazy part is when you go do the scouting report, they had a freshman kid, Bremhorst, who was, I looked at it after 12 conference games, averaging 3 points. So my simple math tells me she's about 36 points scored in 12 conference games, and she had 11 against us. So we made her look good and didn't guard her the way she probably needed to be guarded, or she just played out of her mind. I'm not sure which one, but we obviously will attend to her a little bit differently this time and hope we can kind of get things under control. But over, you know, the 12 years I've been doing this, we've played them, you know, I think almost head to a standstill when it was Coach Baker and then now Coach Madsen. You know, a lot of similarities in the teams, and usually the teams kind of bog each other down with their defenses. So that's important that we guard them correctly. We gave up, as we were watching the film for it seemed like we gave up a lot of baskets late in the shot clock with 5-10 seconds left in the shot clock, which hurt. I mean, those are ones where we did a pretty good job and then they made a cut and we lost somebody, or, you know, they got it loose on the offensive boards. And, you know, in a game that was 58-53, 4 or 5 baskets like that obviously can turn the tide.
Yeah, and looking back over the last couple of ball games, you mentioned McDaniels and what she can do. She's 11 of 18 from the field the last 2 games, and she's gotten to the free throw line, 22 of 27 the last 2 ball games. In the game at Wheaton that you played against them, did not get to the free throw line, really had a good handle on her.
Yeah, and that's something we talked about. You can't let her get loose in transition or in the lane, because she creates a lot of problems. She opens, you know, we forced her to be more of a passer. She ended up with, I think, 9 assists in our game, but, you know, that's okay. I mean, because obviously getting to the free throw line creates a problem, because it, you know, puts fouls on some of your perimeter people or post people that end up coming over to help on her. So you don't want to give her momentum there and let her score points standing still at the free throw line. You like to reduce her to being a little more of a perimeter shooting player, which she's okay at, but not great. I mean, so, you know, you'd ideally you'd like to have her stay out there and keep her from getting, you know, when she gets to the free throw line at that frequency, that's not good for the other team.
So there's the scouting report on the opponent here tonight. It's also senior night tonight. We say goodbye to 4 very well-played seniors here, and each one of them has left an indelible mark, I think, on this program, even going down to Amanda Ginge and what she has meant to, at least on the scout team and the practice team for you, and you know, maybe a word or two on each of the seniors that as they go out here tonight.
You're right, John. It's interesting is that, you know, with Amanda, she worked hard in practice. You know, it just never came for her in the game situations by the depth of people we had, or just, you know, getting injured or something. You know, she just never broke through. But she was a good, you know, teammate, a good friend to the kids on the team. That, you know, she's got a lot of friends, and that's important. Allison Riley worked hard at it and was kind of, you know, blocked to get in there until this year. I mean, there was always somebody in front of her. You know, maybe she could have got a few more chances last year, but before that, there was a lot of people in front of her that just didn't allow her to get in there, and she had some maturing as far as how she handled difficult times on the court that kind of kept her from getting to that point earlier in her career. But this year she's done a really fine job for us in her role. I mean, started 2 games and helped us win 2 conference games when Aaron Quinn was hurt, and has been a valuable reserve through all the other games. Quinn and Kleiner are interesting because as I researched to do this stuff for the senior day, it's something that's not very common nowadays. And I told the kids before in the shoot-around, and I asked Casey and Aaron directly, do you know how many minutes you played as a freshman? I mean, you think back, it was Grossel and it was Ripke, and it was behind them, Stursick, and, Kuzmanik was in that bunch, obviously. And, I might have mixed up. One of them played 28 minutes total, and one played 31 minutes total as a freshman. Now kids don't like being, don't like being patient. I can see that in their faces with some of the kids this year that are freshmen and sophomores. But they grew from that to being really important people on championship teams. Aaron Quinn was a 2-year starter. Casey started this year after Stephanie graduated and opened up a little space for her that way. So that's a rarity. I mean, they worked hard. They were really good players. You think about them as your scout team, so to speak, or practice players against those guys. We had some, that's some pretty good depth, and sometimes it's hard to hold on to depth because kids get impatient. And, to think that those kids sat in that spot for 1 year and then had the careers they had afterwards is really a credit to them, and I'm really happy for both of them.
Should be a good crowd to salute our seniors here tonight. Time now for our Blueprints for Success segment, sponsored by Riley Construction. I know one of them on that whiteboard has to be, don't let Wheaton win the conference championship on this court.
Right. I mean, I'm sure in their mind they want to get even because I think we won it on their court last year. So I'm not really fond of watching other people get trophies on your court, and it hasn't happened to us. But, I'm sure they want to finalize that, and, the conference tournament's going to be there either way because of the tiebreakers or they've won the league clean. But the other thing is that they're, with all the other stuff we talked about, the personnel, they're a really good rebounding team, and we can't let them get extra chances with the offensive weapons they have. And we've got to take care. They're also a really good defensive team where we've got to be good with the ball. Otherwise, they'll pressure us out of stuff. So it's a good team to play. They're very good. Like I said, we've matched up to them over time, so hopefully, it's going to be a nose-to-nose kind of game where we, stare each other down and play for 40 minutes and see which one comes out on the right end here. Hopefully, us.
Blueprints for Success, brought to you by Riley Construction Incorporated. Let them make your job easier. A member of the U.S. Green Building Council and a proud partner of Carthage College Athletics. Tim, go get him tonight.
Thank you, John.
Head basketball coach Tim Bernero joining us on our pregame here from the Tarble Arena in Kenosha as we're getting set for basketball tonight. A doubleheader between the Lady Reds and 16th-ranked Wheaton Thunder, followed by the Redmen and Thunder at 7 o'clock tonight. Plenty of room for you to come on out. It's senior night here. We're going to honor the 4 seniors in just a moment or two here. We're going to turn things over to Adam King, the PA announcer here at the Tarble Arena, as he will introduce our outgoing seniors in their final home game here at the Tarble Arena. One final in from earlier this afternoon in women's play in the CCIW. Elmhurst knocked off North Central 91-64. So the Cardinals dropping back-to-back games here against Carthage and on the road at Elmhurst. So it's up to the Lady Reds here to keep pace and try and stay with Elmhurst as the standings coming in. Both teams were locked in that tie for third place, and now just a game back Elmhurst is of North Central with 1 to play. So see if the Lady Reds can keep pace and tangle up Elmhurst once again. Let's head downstairs to Adam King, the PA announcer here at the Tarble Arena, as we get set for honoring our 4 seniors on the Lady Reds basketball squad this season.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tarble Arena for tonight's Senior Night CCIW Women's Basketball Contest between Carthage College and Wheaton College. Tonight is the last home game of the season for the Lady Reds, and at this time we would like to acknowledge the contributions and accomplishments of our 4 graduating Carthage College Lady Reds seniors. First off, number 33, Amanda Genge. Amanda has appeared in 22 games during her career. Amanda has been a valuable teammate over her 4 seasons at Carthage. She has been consistent in her approach to the game, and her contributions have not gone unnoticed by the coaching staff and her teammates. Amanda has shown a great concern for the success of the team and has been supportive of all around her. Amanda has been named to the Dean's List 3 times. She will graduate with her major in exercise and sports science with her parents, Donna and Peter, out of St. Benedict High School of Chicago, Illinois. Number 33, Amanda Genge. Number 22, Allison Riley. Allison will appear in her 54th game tonight. Allison has been an important member of the Lady Reds team for her 4 years. Her willingness to get into the gym and work on her game has paid off for her each season. Currently 3rd on the team in rebounding, Allison has appeared in every game, making 2 starts. She scored a career high of 14 points versus Augustana last month and has been instrumental in several wins this season. Her personality makes her one of the most enjoyable people for her coaches and teammates to be around. Allison has been named to the Dean's List and will graduate with a double major in accounting and finance. With her mother, Linda, out of Cudahy High School, out of Cudahy, Wisconsin, number 22, Allison Riley. Number 12, Erin Quinn. Erin will play in her 92nd game tonight. Erin has been a strong defender all-around and an all-around contributor to the success of the Lady Reds during her 4-year career. Erin has totaled over 400 points, 300 rebounds, and 228 assists. Her tenacity and willingness to fill the role her team needed was critical to championship teams the past few seasons. Erin scored a career high of 21 points last month versus North Park. Last season, she was among the national leaders in assists to turnover ratio. Her energy in competition helped drive the team she played on for the past 4 years. Erin has been named to the Dean's List and will graduate with a major in public relations with her parents, Peggy and Pat, out of Carmel High School, out of Island Lake, Illinois. Number 12, Erin Quinn. Number 20, Casey Kleiner. Casey will appear in her 94th game tonight. Casey has totaled 502 points and 138 assists to date. A tenacious defender and an excellent shooter, Casey ranks 6th in Carthage history in career 3-point baskets made with 133 and 3rd in career 3-point percentage at 41%. Her 61 3-pointers made this season currently place her 4th on that list. This season, she is 21st in the country in 3-point field goal percentage at 42%. Casey currently leads the CCIW in both 3-point baskets made and 3-point percentage. Her toughness and willingness to take on defensive assignments and her clutch 3-point shooting have been critical in many big wins for her team this season. Her willingness to quietly go about her business yet be an ultimate competitor have made her an ideal player to coach and represent the Carthage Lady Reds. Casey has been named to the Dean's List twice. She will graduate with a major in exercise and sports science with her parents, Robin and Jeff, out of Shoreland Lutheran High School in South Milwaukee, Wisconsin, wearing number 20, Casey Kleiner. Ladies, thank you for all of your contributions to Carthage College and the Lady Reds basketball program. To date, your group has totaled 87 wins and 2 CCIW championships over a 4-year period. The time working and playing together has been fun and very special to us all. Your efforts have raised Carthage women's basketball to a place among the top programs in the nation. We need to strive to continue the tradition that you are a part of and that was put in place by the groups you have played with in the past seasons. We will miss you on and off the court next season, but your impact as friends on your teammates and coaches will always be with us. We wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors and will be proud and honored to always call you members of the Carthage Lady Reds basketball family. Thank you for your contributions.
Now the four seniors being honored here tonight: Amanda Genge, Allison Riley, Erin Quinn, and Casey Kleiner, all getting their recognition out on the court here this evening as part of senior night festivities prior to our Lady Reds basketball game. So both teams will get a little extra time here to get warmed up once again before we tip it off here. Want to remind you that Lady Reds will have one more game left after tonight. They will travel to Decatur next Saturday. It'll be a doubleheader down at the Griswold Center in Decatur, Illinois. Lady Reds and Redmond next Saturday afternoon starting at 4:30 from the Griswold Center. And then that'll wrap up the regular season. The Lady Reds trying to anchor a spot in the four-team conference tournament chase. We were talking just before we went into the ceremony that the Elmhurst Blue Jays defeated North Central today 91-64. Fiona McMahon and Casey Monroe each with 20. Eppert and Lippman with 17 apiece for the Blue Jays, handing North Central their second consecutive loss, and now just a game behind. The Blue Jays are just a game behind North Central for second place in that division. Wheaton tonight has already clinched a share of the conference title, and with a win here this evening would clinch it outright. And that's something the Lady Reds are going to try and prevent. And also Lady Reds know they have to win to keep pace with Elmhurst in that race for the third and fourth spots in the CCIW four-team conference chase. North Park lurking as well at 5 and 7. They are hosting Augustana tonight. So that's still in the mix. North Park could still be in the mix here as far as that fourth and final spot goes on the women's side. But Wheaton has all but locked up the conference title, clinched at least a share. We know that the conference tournament will be played at Wheaton, as they will have the opportunity to host the tournament. Even if they tie with North Central, they will have that. And so it's all theirs here tonight for their taking. So Wheaton trying to clinch the home share of that tournament, and been told now with that North Central loss, it's all Wheaton's. They don't have to win it here tonight, but they've got it. And so congratulations to the Wheaton Thunder and their outright conference title here this year on the women's side. And they will host the conference tournament starting the 27th and 28th down at the King Arena in Wheaton, Illinois. So the Thunder with that has that outright championship now. So we'll see how they play, how loose they play. A very loose group when they came in the gym here tonight. So knowing that Elmhurst was well in front of North Central, so we'll see how that affects their intensity level here against the Lady Reds, who, as I said, coming off that victory over North Central the other night, 101-90, have to forget everything about how that game was played. Again, with that system that North Central plays, you don't want to, you play a straight man-to-man defense. You don't give up and help out when a player is diving to the basket, because that's what they want you to do. They want you to come in and help out, and then as that player gets below the arc, they'll look to kick the ball back outside the arc and take that three-point shot. And that's what North Central relies on. But see how the Lady Reds go back into the conventional form of basketball. It took better than 20 minutes down at the King Arena last time these two teams played for these teams to get going. Both teams shot atrocious in that first half. I think both were down around that 22-23% range in that first half, and single digits in field goals made in that first half. And so we'll see how that affects both teams coming into play here tonight. Other games going on tonight, we've got Illinois Wesleyan at North Park Gym taking on the Vikings, and Milliken is at Augustana tonight on the women's side. A couple of finals that have already come in the top 25, D3 Hoops top 25 Division III basketball poll. The top two teams have already won their games this afternoon. Number 1 ranked Thomas More out of Kentucky defeated Washington and Jefferson 91-70. St. Thomas of St. Paul, Minnesota, the number 2 ranked team, defeated Concordia Moorhead today 62-50. Later on tonight on the West Coast, number 3 George Fox will travel to take on Whitman College. Number 4 FDU Fairleigh Dickinson University Florham defeated DeSales today 82-53. 5th ranked Tufts over 18th ranked Bowdoin today 66-55. The game between Calvin and St. Mary's of Indiana postponed because of lake effect snow. They have not announced a makeup game for that, but that game was postponed. Montclair State taking on New Jersey City later this afternoon, the 8th-ranked team. 9th-ranked DePaul out of Greenville, Indiana, defeated Kenyon today, 64-51. And 13th-ranked Hope College of Holland, Michigan, in a low-scoring affair, defeated Olivet today, 42-35. It was 15th-ranked Transylvania out of Lexington, Kentucky, defeating Defiance 70-62. And number 17, Salisbury over Frostburg State, 68-42 out east earlier today. A couple of finals in the WIAC conference. It was UW Superior upsetting UW Oshkosh today in Superior, 58-46. That is significant when you look at the regional rankings that came out this week. So UW Oshkosh suffering a loss to UW Superior, so that will affect the central rankings just a little bit. As the rankings came out Tuesday, Washington University was ranked number 1 going into this weekend's games. Wheaton is sitting at number 2 at 18-2 in the region. North Central now 19-4 in regional play with that loss. So they have 4 regional losses. So that's going to drop them back a little bit depending on how St. Norbert does later on today. UW Oshkosh suffering their 4th regional loss already, joining Wisconsin Lutheran in that category, so that backs off. And then you have UW Superior at 17-5 now in region, so it makes it rather interesting in that central region. And again, the regional rankings are used to put together the at-large bids in the NCAA tournament, so that is part of the main criterion used for that. In the Great Lakes region, Thomas More at 20-0 now continues to lead the Great Lakes region as the number 1 ranked regional team. Then you have Calvin, DePaul, and Hope, the top 4 teams in the region, with John Carroll, Transylvania, and Baldwin Wallace and Ohio Northern all lurking in that regional ranking. So it'll be interesting. The tournament committee, I don't envy having to put together the tournament bracket, particularly out of this Central and Great Lakes region. That's where the bulk of the power teams are located this season, at least record-wise. So it'll be interesting to see how that fills up because, again, conference automatic qualifiers automatically get into the tournament, and then you've got the there's 40, I believe, automatic bids that get put into the tournament. Then you have the 24 at-large bids to fill the 64-team field. So that will be the criterion used as regional rankings, and there'll be the second regional ranking will come out next week, probably either late Tuesday or early Wednesday, with an update on the regional rankings. And if the Lady Reds can pick up a win here tonight, they might just jump into that top 7, top 5 with their record in region. We'll see. So it'll be the Lady Reds and the Thunder from Wheaton College set to do battle here tonight in the Tarble Arena. Still plenty of room for you to come on out and check out this ball game. The men will play at 7 o'clock, so hopefully we'll see the crowd build here a little bit on this chilly February afternoon turned into February evening tonight. Let's head down to Adam King, the PA announcer here at the Tarble Arena, as we get set for our national anthem tonight from Kenosha.
The CCIW in Carthage, thank you for your cooperation. Please direct your attention to the American flag at the north end of the arena. It draped the coffin of Captain Frank Vavrin, a former Carthage student who died in Vietnam in 1970. The flag's a gift to the college from his parents. In remembering Captain Vavrin, we pay tribute to all who have sacrificed their lives for our country and honor those who today put themselves in harm's way in service to America. To honor America, please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by McKenna Rakestraw, a Carthage sophomore majoring in choral music education.
For the ramparts we walk.
McKenna Rakeshaw with our national anthem. She's a sophomore here at Carthage College. Let's give you the starting lineups for the Wheaton Thunder, 21-2, 11-1 in the CCIW, and the conference champions this season with North Central's loss earlier today. They will start Katie McDaniels at a guard. McDaniels, a 5'6" sophomore from Shoreview, Minnesota. She is averaging 14 points per game in conference play. Chantel Meacham, a three-point sniper from the Arc, a 5'8" sophomore out of Champaign, Illinois. Moriah Reeves, a guard at 5'9", a junior out of Anderson, South Carolina. Ellie Zeller at a guard forward, a 5'8" junior out of New Brighton, Minnesota, 12.2 points per contest. And the leading rebounder for the Wheaton Thunder, Hannah Considine, the junior center, 6 foot out of Baraboo, Wisconsin, averaging 13 points and 8.2 rebounds in conference games. So it'll be McDaniels, Meacham, Reeves, Zeller, and Considine for head coach Kent Madsen and the Wheaton Thunder, the outright conference champions in the CCIW. Once again, let's head to Adam King for the Lady Reds starting lineup.
And now let's meet the starting lineup for your Carthage Lady Reds. At guard, a 5'6" junior from Richmond Burton High School out of Spring Grove, Illinois, number 11, Erin Thomas. At forward, a 6' junior from Lincoln Way North High School out of Frankfort, Illinois, wearing number 10, Taylor Boardman. At forward, a 6' junior from Roselle Lake Park High School out of Itasca, Illinois, number 3, Alexis Hahn. At guard, a 5'6" senior from Shoreland Lutheran out of South Milwaukee, Wisconsin, number 20, Casey Kleiner. And at guard, a 5'8" senior from Mundelein Carmel Catholic High School from Island Lake, Illinois, number 12, Aaron Quinn. The head coach for the Lady Reds is Tim Bernero. Coach Bernero is assisted by Maggie McCloskey.
So we're ready to go. 16th ranked Wheaton taking on the Lady Reds from Carthage College. Lady Reds in the home whites, the white jerseys, white shorts trimmed out with the red and black lettering and numerals. Wheaton, the navy blue jerseys, navy blue shorts, the white numerals trimmed in orange this afternoon. Doran Stewart is our lead official today. Rhonda Mont and Jennifer Washoe also on the whistle here today. So an important ball game here for the Lady Reds. They need to keep pace with the Elmhurst Blue Jays, who won earlier today. The Blue Jays now 8-5. Lady Reds at 7-5 in conference play, and want to gain a game on North Central and go a game behind at North Central with a win here today. Considine and Boardman will jump center. In the opening tip, it's deflected around, picked up by Quinn, and the Lady Reds will work it left to right to open up our ball game here this afternoon. Erin Thomas will swing over to the right side. A bit of a zone defense here employed by the Wheaton Thunder. Now they break out of it more of man-to-man. They started out looking zone, like a matchup zone, but and a little more man-to-man defending the arc. Quinn with the run up through the paint. Circles off the rim, no good. The rebound pulled in by Hannah Considine. Tough shot by Quinn that time as she had the defender, Moriah Reeves, right on her all the way. Now the Thunder will set it up. They face a man-to-man defense here. Considine, and we got a whistle. There was contact in the paint between Hahn and Zeller. Zeller took a spill, and it was Kleiner who committed the foul. So Kleiner with the foul. That is her first. First on the team. Thunder will inbound left of the basket. And we'll get into Meacham. Meacham on the drive, hit the bottom of the backboard. Then they flip it back up. Considine shot no good, and the rebound deflects off of Reeves, out of bounds to the Carthage Lady Reds. Reeves' initial attempt that time, she got too deep under the basket, and she tried to flip it up, hit the bottom of the backboard, and it deflected around. Considine had a good look, but could not knock it down. Lady Reds will set it up. They get it into Hahn. Hahn back out to Boardman, and they call Hahn for the travel before she passed it off. So a missed shot and a turnover for the Lady Reds on their first 2 possessions. We're a minute in, still searching for our first points. Now with it, McDaniels, I should say, works it off near wing to Meacham. Meacham back to Zeller. Zeller able to penetrate, shot blocked out of bounds by Alexis Hahn. Hahn, one of the league leaders in block shots coming into the game here tonight. Again, the Thunder will inbound. They have 8 to shoot. They work it around, and now Reeves will just fire one up in desperation. The shot clock was going down. It rimmed out. Quinn with the rebound. Outlets to Thomas. Hahn now with 33 blocks in 23 ball games. So doing an outstanding job in that category for the Lady Reds, as well as leading the team in scoring as Thomas went to the basket, had it tipped out of her hand on the drive down the left baseline. It'll be Lady Red ball. They'll inbound left of the basket with 13 on the shot clock. Thomas to trigger the inbound. Up top to Boardman. Works it around right side to Quinn. On the slow dribble, now gave it off. Over the top feed inside to Hahn. Hahn had it stripped out of her hands nicely by Considine that time. So it'll be Carthage ball underneath once again, this time with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Thomas just beat the 5-second count, but then threw it away in the backcourt. And let's see, it should be Lady Red ball here. It went off of blue. Looked like it went off of one of the. Oh, they're going to. Oh, they gave it to Hahn. They said it went off of Hahn. Boy, awfully close. It looked like Mariah Reeves may have deflected that out of bounds initially, but they'll give it back to Wheaton on the turnover. Thunder will inbound in the offensive end. McDaniels with it now, driving, going to the basket left side, laid it short. Rebound, Considine sticks it up and in. Hannah Considine, the junior out of Baraboo, Wisconsin, with the rebound basket, and it's 2-0 Wheaton. Now with it, Kleiner dishes it off to Thomas on the left wing, back to Quinn on the right elbow. Works it off to Boardman for the deep shot. Boardman for the deuce, just inside the three-point arc, just above the right corner. Boardman able to hit the long-range jumper. Ties the game at 2. She's added that to her repertoire this year. She's not afraid to put it up. And we got a walk by Considine as she got the pass at the free throw line and took some steps through the paint. Turnover by the Thunder. Tie game at 2 here. 3 minutes in to our contest here at the Tarble Arena. Thomas, as she tries to pass it off, and we got a foul inside. It's going to go on Erin Quinn. She was trying to fight through a double team inside to come out and take that pass at the top of the circle, and they call her for the push-off foul. And then the drive. Nice dump to Considine low right. Zeller drove the paint. Then she got to the middle of the paint about 5 feet in. She dished to her right. Considine was standing there all alone. An easy assist that time for Zeller. 4-2 Thunder. Kleiner for 3, straight on. Got it. Casey Kleiner able to knock down the triple from the top of the circle. Teams tend to forget she can knock that shot down. She gets her feet set. It's a pretty shot. Reds with their first lead now at 5-4. Zeller works it off to McDaniels. McDaniels cut off nicely by Kleiner. Back to Zeller. Zeller on the dribble drive, going all the way through the paint. Shot partially blocked. Not sure if it was Boardman or Hahn that deflected that one, but the Lady Reds come away with it. Both were there that time on the double team. Hahn inside to Boardman, turning left side off the glass and in. Boardman turning to her left with Considine draped on her back that time, able to make the spin move to the left glass and lay it in. 7-4, largest lead at 3. Zeller cut off at the baseline. Back up top for the 3 is Reeves. That shot Angles off the rim and out of bounds just below us. Lauren Graham will check in, a 5'10" senior out of Wheaton North for the Thunder. Graham, her 24th appearance of the season. Started a handful of ball games, started 13 games earlier this year, averaging almost 17 minutes a game. 7-4 Lady Reds. Early here in our contest from the Tarble Arena. On, inside, nice over the top feed. Boardman able to lay it up and in. Boardman able to break through the double team that time between Meacham and Considine on the right block for the basket. 6 points tonight for Boardman. And the long shot missed. Shot taken by Meacham, flagged down by McDaniels. Dribbles back up top, gives it back to Meacham. Meacham hands it back to Graham. Graham back to Meacham inside, blocked by Boardman, cleared out by Kleiner. Kleiner across midcourt. Down the floor to Thomas. Thomas on the left wing, back up top to Boardman. Boardman cut off on her dribble by Considine. Finds Quinn. Quinn down low to Hahn, lays it up and in. Timeout, Wheaton. Carthage able to work the ball inside their last 3 touches, twice to Boardman and then once to Hahn, and the Reds have built out an 11-4 lead. Their largest lead of the game, and a timeout taken by the Thunder. Carthage 5 for 7 now early on, 71%. Wheaton 2 for 11, 18% shooting, but they've out-rebounded the Lady Reds on the offensive end. They've got 4 of their 5 rebounds coming on the offensive end. Early matchups, Illinois Wesleyan ladies on top of North Park, 20-15. And down in Rock Island, Augustana with a 4-point lead over Milliken midway through the first half in that contest. One final from earlier today, the Elmhurst Blue Jays defeated North Central 91-64. The Cardinals, their second straight loss on the women's side, handing the outright conference title to the Wheaton Thunder before they took the floor here this afternoon. Now Considine driving in from the right baseline, spinning over Boardman. Tough shot, got it away. It's loose inside off of Riley. Deflects off of Allison Riley, just checking in after that timeout. So the Thunder will keep possession here underneath. Zeller will inbound to Graham. Graham lost it and went off of her thigh out of bounds. Went right off her left leg as she was trying to make a move in the paint that time. Got tied up by Erin Quinn. Carthage will bring it down. Riley inside Boardman, spinning, kicks it back out. Kleiner alone on the corner for 3, knocks it in. Smart move by Boardman. She took that pass, was a little off balance with it. Instead of panicking a little bit, she knew exactly where her outlet was, and that was the corner. Down to Casey Kleiner, back the other way. Katie McDaniels, though, with the dribble penetration all the way to the backboard and in. 14-6, Reds up by 8. 13:35 to go in our first half. Riley with it, inside to Boardman. Boardman back out to Thomas, moves it around to Kleiner on the left wing. Up top to Boardman once again. To Quinn. Quinn will flip it off to the left side to Kleiner. Kleiner driving in left baseline, got called for the clear out. Easy call there. Had the left hand stuck out that time, got it tangled up in the jersey with Katie McDaniels, and Kleiner called for the offensive foul. Morgan Harris and Alexis Hahn will check back in. Morgan Harris, the freshman out of Hersey High School down in Arlington Heights. Harris, the 5'5" freshman guard, getting more and more playing time here as the season has wound down. She's done a great job on the defensive end. McDaniels gets it all the way to the basket, missing. Graham fighting for the rebound, and Quinn poking her hand in there. Got called for the foul, her second. That's 2 fouls on Erin Quinn. This will get Ashley Cunningham into the contest for the Lady Reds. Cunningham, the junior out of Lindenhurst, Illinois, 5'10", in for Erin Quinn. Wheaton will inbound. They get it into Graham. Up top, alone is Zeller for 3. That rattles out, no good. Rebound loose through the hands of Kelly Lawson. Stripped Aaron Thomas that time of the basketball, but the Lady Reds get it back as Harris takes it across midcourt. Off to Thomas on the right wing. Gets it back to Cunningham, reversing left side to Riley. Up top to Harris. Morgan Harris backing down to the free throw line. Kicks it back out to Thomas, to Cunningham, back over to Riley. 7 on the shot clock for the Lady Reds. Thomas gets it back with 3, with 2, trying to drive through, lost the ball, shot clock violation. She hit the deck, ball rolled away, did not roll out of bounds, just kind of froze right there at the baseline. And the second shot clock violation of our ball game. 14-6, Lady Reds up, 12 and a half minutes to go, first half. Well, after watching that jumbled mess on Wednesdays, first half breezing by here. Style of play North Central where they're calling timeouts to substitute. 5 in, 5 out. This is a breeze here calling this game. Graham, her pass deflected out of bounds, went off of Harris out of bounds. Thunder will keep it with 11 to shoot. They'll inbound left of the basket. They get it in quickly to Lawson. Lawson will put up the shot short. Rebound inside Graham. Has to kick it back out, and it's taken away by Riley. Has a 2-on-1 if she wants it. Elects to back it off on the right wing. Sets it up to Thomas. Thomas around to Harris on the left elbow. Gets a ball screen from Cunningham. Dishes it off to Riley, middle of the floor. Now around right side, Thomas. Loops it back to Hahn. Hahn driving in right side, and the bump foul as she tried to get around Sarah Drury that time, and Drury commits the foul. Drury, a 5'10" junior out of West Chicago Wheaton Academy, commits the foul. That is the first on the Thunder. Harris looking to inbound. Just beat the 5-second count. Got it to Cunningham. Cunningham traveled with the basketball. No, offensive foul. Called her for the clear out that time. Like she may have traveled before she got the arm out to clear her space, but they call her for the offensive foul, and then laying it short and then off of her shoulder that time was Lawson. So it goes out of bounds. It'll be Lady Red ball here as they bring it up full length. 11:25 to go here in our first half. 14-6, Reds up by 8. Cunningham to Harris. Harris for 3 off the right wing. That one's deflected off right side. In the battle for the rebound, the foul called on the Lady Reds. Cunningham picking up her second. 6th on the Lady Reds. Taylor Boardman will check in. So Boardman in for Cunningham, who joins Quinn on the bench in foul trouble with 2 here in the first half. 14-6, Reds up 8. Thunder with the basketball, Meacham. Back up top, it'll go Lawson. Now hands it back to McDaniels, driving through the top of the circle, trying to lose Harris, and then her pass inside, broken up by Boardman on the steal. Outlets to Harris once again. Morgan Harris works it off to Allison Riley, to Thomas. Aaron Thomas, cross court back to Riley. Riley driving in from the right side, cut off by the double team, finds Harris alone, 18-footer. That skips off the rim. Rebound pulled in by Lauren Graham. Back come the Thunder the other way. Carthage gone almost 4 minutes now without a field goal. Graham with it. Looking inside, and we got a moving screen offensive foul on the Wheaton Thunder. Trying to set the screen on the ball that time was Sarah Drury. That's her second on the Thunder. So once again, the Lady Reds will bring it up with Morgan Harris working the point. Getting some valuable time as a freshman. Coach Bernero talk about that. 2 of the seniors here today only played about 32 or 36 minutes as freshmen, and Morgan Harris averaging close to 19 minutes a game as a freshman, as Thomas diving into the left block, lost control of the basketball. Thunder come away with the steal. Back the other way is Lawson. She'll pull up and hit just below the three-point arc on the left wing. Kelly Lawson for the jump shot. 14-8. 9:45 to go. Now Riley Gets it to Harris, cut off on the left baseline, back out to Boardman. Another jump shot for Boardman, and she knocks it down. Taylor Boardman, 4 for 4 tonight. She has 8 points. 2 of those baskets on jump shots as they work it inside. McDaniels, tough shot. Morgan Harris was all over her that time, and somehow McDaniels still got that shot away and in. 4 points for McDaniels. 16-10, Reds up 6. Boardman walked with the basketball. A little crow hop before she put it on the floor, turns it over. 8th turnover for Carthage as Considine checks back in now for the Thunder, and Casey Kleiner checking in for the Lady Reds. Reds at 63%, 7 for 11. Wheaton 5 for 18, 27%. Wheaton 0 for 2 behind the arc as well. Now Graham back out to McDaniels. Crossover dribbled. Got around Harris, throws it off the glass and in. Harris gave her that first step again, and she got around Morgan Harris for the layup down the left side. They've cut it to 4 once again, 16-12. Now Riley trying to work it inside the Hahn, broken up on the entry pass by Lauren Graham out of bounds. Lady Reds will keep possession. Carthage will inbound right to the basket. Harris into Kleiner. Nice head shoulder fake. Kleiner out of the corner for 3. That one skips off. No. Boardman the offensive rebound, and the stick back goes down. Boardman 5 for 5 tonight, now in double figures with 10. 18-12, Lady Reds in front. Deep 3, straight on, is an air ball out of bounds. Chantel Meacham said has the green light to shoot whenever she wants. That time came up short. The air ball turns it over to the Lady Reds. 8:05 to go here in the half. Carthage up 6, looking to add to it. On top of the circle, works it around to Boardman, now to Kleiner. Back up top to Riley. Takes the dribble right side, hands it off to Harris. To Boardman once again, left side Kleiner. Back to Riley. Riley now on the drive, in the paint. Cut off there, try to get it back out to Harris. Harris has it with 2, with 1, and they won't get it off again. Second time this half. Shot clock violation. Good defense by the Wheaton Thunder. Lack of a shot clock presence that time by the Lady Reds. Harris, a little too much dribble that time. Needed to get that ball up and off the rim at some point. They work it inside. Hahn and Boardman trying to tie up Graham. Graham got the shot away, got her own rebound though. Thunder will reload. McDaniels driving out of the right corner. Pulls up in front of Boardman, missing. Rebound Harris. Morgan Harris clears it out for the Lady Reds across midcourt. Gets it off to Kleiner. Kleiner leading Hahn. Low left, lays it up and in. Beating Graham that time. All that momentum. Hahn was going to her left and to the left side of that basket. Led her nicely all in one stride for the all-in-one motion layup. Now break up inside once again as Boardman able to take it away from Considine. Reds up 8, looking to make it double digits here. 6:50 to go, first half. Harris to Hahn. Hahn loops it off to Kleiner, takes the dribble out of the corner. A little 2-3 zone action now for the Thunder. As Kleiner will shoot over the zone for the 3. That rims out no, and the rebound gobbled up by Kelly Lawson. Outlets to McDaniels, down quickly. Gets it off to Meacham. Meacham was fouled on the floor before she got the shot away. This time it's Morgan Harris committing the foul. We got the 1-and-1. That's the 7th team foul on the Lady Reds. So bonus free throws here. Reeves and Zeller check back in for the Thunder. Quinn back in for the Lady Reds. It was a 2-shot foul, so that will put Meacham on the line for 2. Make that a bonus. Okay, she missed it. Rebound pulled in by Kleiner. Trying to read my signals here. Doran Stewart looked like he was signaling 2. And indeed, it was just 1. 1-and-1. We'll take it. Lady Reds again with a chance to go up 10 here. Kleiner into the corner. Harris for 3. Right side. Good. 3 ball. Right pocket. Morgan Harris. 23-12. Largest lead of the game at 11 now for the Lady Reds. Harris wide open that time. Got square to the basket. Beautiful looking shot from 3-point range. Three-point shot by Meacham's no good. Considine had it, stripped out by Harris. Harris able to strip Considine of that rebound as she put it back on the floor. Outlets to Kleiner now. To Boardman. Around to Quinn right side. Rolls it into Hahn. Hahn now driving in from the right block. Spinning off the baseline. Count it. And one for Alexis Hahn. Count the basket. The foul's going to go on Reeves. Mariah Reeves, her first, third team foul, and Hahn on the line to complete the three-point play. Hahn, the number 3 scorer in the CCIW in conference games, 17 points per game, knocks it down, coming off a collegiate best 34 Wednesday night against North Central. We got a timeout taken by Wheaton, their second timeout. We will keep it here. Well, it's not too early to be thinking about the 2015 Carthage College Redmen and Lady Reds Golf Open. That event will be held on Monday, June 29th at the Kenosha Country Club, a Donald Ross designed layout. The 2014 Redmen Lady Reds Golf Open raised over $100,000 for the Carthage College Athletic Endowment. Reservations for foursomes and corporate sponsorships and donations are now being accepted. And for more information on the 2015 Carthage Redmen Lady Reds Golf Open, contact Director of Athletics Dr. Bob Bond at 262-945-8515. Again, that's 945-8515. Or you can email Dr. Bond at rbonn, that's R-B-O-N-N, at carthage.edu. Reds on a roll here. They're up 14. 8-0 run here. They've opened up a 14-point advantage, their largest of the game, shooting 64%, 11 of 17 from the floor, 3 of 5 from behind the arc. Wheaton at 6 for 23, and the Thunder 0 for 4 three-point shooting thus far. Wheaton will bring it down. Work it off to Zeller, back up top Considine. Around the left side it goes to Lawson. Deep three on the way by Meacham is no good. Rebound pulled in by Boardman. They're 0 for 5 now, shooting the three ball. This mirrors exactly what happened down at King Arena 1 month ago. A pass broken up out of bounds by Sandstedt. Check that, number 20, Zeller, as McDaniels checks back in. McDaniels replacing Lawson for the Thunder. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. 26-12, Lady Red advantage. Kleiner on the drive with the right hand scoop. Bounces off the rim a couple of times and then falls off as McDaniels scoops up the loose ball. Back come the Thunder. Meacham around to McDaniels here in the near wing. Guarded by Quinn. Back to Meacham. Works it off right wing now to Reeves. Cross-court feed to McDaniels. Drives in left side. Tried to force it inside to Considine. Broken up by Riley. A good defensive play by Allison Riley. Was ready for that pass coming inside. Able to take it away from Considine. Morgan Harris works it off to Kleiner. To Riley. Lobs it down to Boardman. Her first miss as she missed it off the right glass. Back the other way come the Thunder. Reeves with it. Inside to Considine. Try to work it back out to Reeves, and it's stolen again for a second time by Riley. 9th turnover for the Thunder, each team with 9 turns. 3:50 to go in the half. 26-12, Lady Reds. Carthage trying to keep pace with Elmhurst, who won earlier today. Elmhurst a half game ahead of the Lady Reds at 8-5. Reds coming in at 7-5. Now Boardman walk with the ball once again. She gets out there. She does that little crow hop before she puts it down. And Rondamont calling that one. Second time that Boardman's been called for the walk. So with 3.5 minutes to go here in this first half, Wheaton will bring it down. Thunder 25% shooting here in this first half. Amongst the league leaders offensively, they're number 2 in the conference. Is another steal by the Lady Reds. 44% per game. Riley underneath, backed her way out left side. She caught that pass underneath the hoop, backed it out with the dribble, and then laid it up left glass. Riley, her first points Again, they try and work it inside to Considine. They're going to call a foul on Boardman. So Boardman picking up the foul. That is her first, 8th team foul. This will put Considine at the free throw line. Considine hitting the first. Second leading scorer on the team, averaging just under 12 points per game. Considine, a 75% free throw shooter on the year. Second one is up and in. And then Brumhorst in now. Mel Bremhorst, the freshman center, 6'1" out of Springfield, Illinois. She had 11 points against the Lady Reds. She did some damage in that second half in that ball game down at the King Arena. As the pass inside intended for Riley is knocked off her hands, out of bounds. Turnover, Lady Reds. 28-14 Carthage, 2:50 to go first half. Reeves with it. Works it off top through Meacham. Back over the left side down to McDaniels. Right side pass to Zeller. Back to McDaniels. Daniels works it off center circle. Gets the return pass. No, she doesn't. Over her head and out of bounds. Another turnover. Each team with 11 turns here in this first half. Wheaton's gone almost 6 minutes now. 6.5 minutes, I should say, without a field goal in this contest. Just the free throws by Considine. That last stoppage of play. They have Thomas, Harris, Cunningham, Boardman, and Hahn out there right now. Harris penetrated, kicks it back out to Thomas. Up top to Hahn for the jumper, got it. Alexis Hahn for the top of the circle, able to knock it down, and the Lady Reds running away here, 30-14 with 2:08 to go. 3 ball on the way by Zeller, climbs up and over the backboard and out of bounds to the Lady Reds. Big break there for Carthage. Wheaton now 0 for 6 long distance today. Under 2 minutes to play here in the half. A 16-point Lady Red advantage. Thomas now works it off to Hahn. Inside Boardman. Back out Harris for 3. Right wing. Rattles out. No. Loose ball inside. Picked up by Bremhorst. Try and beat everybody back. They get it down to Zeller. Zeller driving on Cunningham, and Cunningham with the body foul. Trying to stay with her. Leaned in on her as she made her turn to the basket coming out of the left corner. And Cunningham picks up her third. She will come out. Riley in. Zeller at the free throw line. 9th team foul. This will be 1-1 here for Zeller. An 81% shooter from the line makes the first. Zeller big game came at home against Claremont Mud Scripps back in November. A 27-point, 11-rebound ball game for Zeller. She makes them both 30-16. Minute and a half to go here in the first half. Boardman works it off to Riley. Riley gave up the dribble to Thomas, reversing left side Harris. Harris driving, getting underneath, flips it up and in. Oh my! What a basket by Morgan Harris as she took the dribble, got around her defender, and that was Meacham. And then had to go right up against Bremhorst and just flipped it over her shoulder off the glass on the right side. Now missed by Wheaton, and back come the Lady Reds once again with under a minute to go here in the half. Riley with it right in front of the Wheaton bench. Gets it back to Harris. Morgan Harris cut off by McDaniel. Gets it back up to Boardman. Back to Harris. Got around McDaniels. Cut off. Now finds Hahn. Hahn at the baseline, right of the free throw line. Able to knock it down. Alexis Hahn with 11 to lead all scorers. Bremhorst working on Hahn. Gets some help. Back out it goes to McDaniel for 3, and she knocks it down. They sagged down on the help out that time. Left McDaniel all alone in the right corner. And she was able to knock down the triple. First from long distance this afternoon for the Thunder. 34-19. Lady Reds will play it for one here. Final 13 seconds of this first half. Harris on the drive, tripped up in the foul. Zeller tripping up Harris as she made her move down the lane to the basket. So it'll be fourth team foul, so no shooting involved here as Harris will inbound. 8 seconds to play. Thomas, crossover dribble, going hard, in offensive foul as McDaniel stepped up to take the charge. Thomas out of control that time. McDaniel camped out right at that right block. So 3.8 seconds to go for the Thunder here in this first half. McDaniel quickly across midcourt. Ran into Boardman as time expired, never got the shot off. So 34-19 advantage for the Lady Reds as they limit the Thunder to 25% shooting in that first half. 34-19 Lady Reds. We'll pause and take a 2-minute break. Back with halftime statistics right after this on AM 1050 WLIP. John Weiser back with you at the Tarble Arena in Kenosha on the beautiful campus of Carthage College, as the Lady Reds have opened up a 34-19 advantage through one half of play. Two big runs by the Lady Reds through the first 15 minutes of this game, and they've extended their lead out to 15. Reds trailed 4-2 early in the contest on a layup by Hannah Considine, but then Carthage claimed the lead on a Casey Kleiner 3, made it 5-4, lead the Reds would not relinquish in this first half. Carthage went on a 9-2 run, started by that three-pointer by Kleiner. And that opened up a 14-4 advantage for the Lady Reds, a 10-point lead. And then an 11-4 run built the lead out to 26-12 on a three-point play by Hahn, who was fouled by Reeves, made the layup and the free throw. And Carthage was up by as many as 14, 26-12. That lead would grow to as many as 16 three different times before the Reds opened up an 18-point advantage at the 42-second mark on an Alexis Hahn jumper. And it was all Lady Reds in this first half, as the Lady Reds in that first half shot 62%, 15 for 24, 3 of 6 from behind the arc, and Hahn, the only free throw shooter, going 1 for 1 at the stripe. Leading scorer for the Lady Reds in that first half was Hahn with 11 points. Hahn was 5 for 5. Matter of fact, Boardman just as hot, 5 for 6 and 10 points. So your two post players for the Lady Reds in that first half went 10 for 11 and 21 points. So 11 for Hahn, 10 for Boardman. Kleiner with 6, both of those three-pointers tonight. Morgan Harris with 5. Allison Riley with 2. Aaron Thomas, Aaron Quinn, and Ashley Cunningham played, did not score for the Lady Reds, who shot a blistering 62% in that first half, 15 for 24, including 3 of 6 from behind the arc. Meanwhile, for the Thunder, 7 for 27. That's just under 26% from the field, and 1 for 8 three-point shooting. They were led by Katie McDaniels with 9 points. McDaniels 4 for 7 from the floor, one of those a three-pointer, the only three-pointer made by the Thunder in that first half. She has 9. Hannah Considine with 6 on 2 of 5 shooting, and 2 points for Kelly Lawson and 2 points for Ellie Zeller, and that's it on the scoring end. The bulk of it coming from McDaniels and Considine, combined going 6 for 12 from the field and 15 points, compared to the post tandem of Hahn and Boardman, 10 of 11, combining for 21 points in that first half. Wheaton won the rebounding battle by 1, 15-14. They got 8 offensive boards along the way as well, out of their 15 total. Carthage with just 2 offensive boards in their 14 rebound total. Myriad of players with 2, Harris, Kleiner, Quinn, and Boardman all with 2 rebounds for the Lady Reds. The rebounder for the Thunder, Lauren Graham with 4, 3 of those on the offensive end. Turnovers, and scoring off of those turnovers huge here so far. Wheaton turned it over 11 times, leading to 7 points for the Lady Reds. Carthage turned it over 12 times. That led to 8 points for the Thunder. Wheaton had a largest lead of 2. That was very early, first 2 minutes of the contest. Carthage led by as many as 18 here in this first half. 34-19, Lady Reds in front on Senior Day here at the Tarble Arena. One final from earlier this afternoon in CCIW women's play. It was Elmhurst over North Central, 91-64, handing the Cardinals their second consecutive loss and handing the outright conference title to the Wheaton Thunder here today. Halftime in Chicago, Illinois Wesleyan is leading North Park 36-32. And down in Rock Island this afternoon at the half, Augustana looking for their second straight win as they are leading Milliken 27-20. So it's an important game for the Lady Reds. They need to keep pace with the Blue Jays. Blue Jays now 8-5, a half game ahead of the Lady Reds in third place in the CCIW. Again, the top 4 teams make the conference tournament. And boy, that third and fourth place, that's the difference between playing North Central your first night in the conference tournament or perhaps facing them in the championship game of that tournament. With that style of play, boy, would it be a huge break for that team that finishes fourth, and it could be Carthage, particularly if Carthage can get the win here, plant a little seed of doubt inside the heads of the Wheaton Thunder going into that conference tournament. That's 2 weekends away now, the 27th and 28th. That'll be held down at the Wheaton Thunder King Arena. Other women's Division III scores from earlier today. A couple of the top 25 teams have already finished their contests and have won their games. Number 1 ranked Thomas More over Washington and Jefferson, 91-70. Number 2 ranked St. Thomas of Minnesota over Concordia Moorhead, 62-50. FDU Florham, number 4th ranked team, defeated DeSales today. The 5th ranked Tufts Jumbos over Bodewin, 66-55. Number 8 Montclair State over New Jersey City College, 80-44. Number 9 DePaul defeated Kenyon today. Number 13 Hope a winner over Olivet. Number 14 Scranton a winner. 15th ranked Transylvania a winner over Defiance. UW Superior upset 20th ranked Oshkosh today, 58-46. Number 21 Maryville of Tennessee over Huntington, 56-45. And as we mentioned, North Central most likely going to tumble out of the top 25 as they lost to Elmhurst today. Eastern a winner over Manhattanville, and Cabrini, 25th ranked Cabrini over Immaculata, 65-64. Other scores in the Midwest today. Should be close to final, if not already final in the women's side. It was Lake Forest over Grinnell by 1, 60-59. St. Norbert women over Knox today, 106-74. Ripon lost to Illinois College today, 72-65 down in Jacksonville, Illinois. And Cornell knocked off Carroll University today, 74-73. It was Wisconsin Lutheran continuing to roll in the NAC in the Northern Athletic Collegiate Conference, as Wisconsin Lutheran defeated Rockford today 82-61. Edgewood a winner today over Aurora, 46-42. That's a good win for Edgewood College out of Madison. Simpson defeated Buena Vista today 77-53 out in the Iowa League. It was Stevens Point by 4 over Stout, 68-64, and Beloit defeated Monmouth today 72-67. UW La Crosse over UW Eau Claire, 65-49, and it was Whitewater over River Falls, 74-67. All that in women's play this afternoon. Carthage with the Lady Reds with just one more game left on the schedule. That's next weekend, next Saturday. They'll have the week off this week, so no game on Wednesday. And Lady Reds will wrap up the regular season in Decatur, taking on the Milliken Big Blue from the Griswold Center. We'll be with you at 4:30 Saturday afternoon with a Carthage Sports Report, a 5 o'clock tip from the Griswold Center in Decatur. That'll be part of a basketball doubleheader next Saturday in Decatur, Illinois. 34-19, Lady Reds on top of Wheaton. We'll pause and take a 2-minute break. Back with our second half right after this on AM 1050 WLIP. John Weiser back with you at the Tarble Arena as we get set for the start of our second half. Starting 5 for the Lady Reds, it'll be Hahn, Boardman, Thomas, Quinn, and Kleiner. Kleiner and Quinn, the starting seniors for the Lady Reds. Allison Riley, a senior, and Amanda Genge, senior, all honored before the game tonight. The 4 seniors going out in their final home game of the regular season. Again, the Redmen will salute their 2 outgoing seniors tonight. Prior to the tip-off of the Redmen Thunder matchup, Cameron Van Wyk and Dante Logan will be honored before the game. Still plenty of room for you out here at the Tarble Arena, so if you're out and about looking for something to do, get out of the cold, come on into the red-hot Tarble Arena. Red hot for the Lady Reds. They shot 63% in that first half. Ice cold if you're the Wheaton Thunder, 25% shooting in that first half. But let's see. It'll be Wheaton ball to start the second half, and both teams struggled shooting in the high 20s in the first half in their matchup down at the King Arena. And some late buckets in the shot clock got them rolling midway through the second half, and they were able to hold back the Lady Reds the last time these 2 teams faced each other down at the King Arena. It's a 58-53 Wheaton victory. Meacham will trigger the inbound to McDaniels to start our second half. Thunder down 34-19. McDaniels to the free throw line, backs it out. Gets it up to Meacham. Around to Considine. Considine searching for a jump shot, elected to pull it back down, got it back to Meacham, back to Considine, 16-footer. That skips off the rim, no good. Zeller with the rebound, her stick back won't go. Goes back up a second time, ball deflected out, Considine got it. Now flips it out, and then taking the shot on the left block was Mariah Reeves. Well, credit Considine and Zeller for keeping that one alive for the Thunder. (34-21) as they work it into Boardman, and she was fouled by Considine. Tried to lead her down the right block, and Considine with the body foul. So Thomas will trigger the inbound right of the basket. Knocked out by Meacham. Carthage will retain possession here in the offensive end. Their first look here in this second half. They get it into Thomas. Thomas takes the dribble back up between the circle, works it off left side Kleiner. Kleiner gets a ball screen from Hahn, dumps it back to Quinn, over the right side Thomas. Thomas now back to Quinn, spinning in the left corner, back up top Thomas. Faked the shot, had McDaniels off her feet, now drives the basket, and what do we have? Got a foul. Thomas hit the deck. Foul's going to go on Considine. That is her first. That last foul was on Zeller, her first. This foul here on Thomas to the basket was on Considine. Aaron Thomas missing the free throw. So Thomas with one more. 65% from the line, able to hit the second. 35-21. Reds in front, just underway second half. Considine at the free throw line, back out to McDaniels. McDaniels through the top of the circle. Gives it up to Reeves, back over near side to Zeller. Zeller to McDaniels. Back over to Meacham for a deep three. That one settles in. As I told you can't keep this team down long. They're going to have a little bit of a run left in them here, and they're going to start this second half on fire, and it's Meacham. Connects her first basket this afternoon. Meacham was 0 for 6 in that first half. Now a nice lob underneath the Boardman, and she was fouled and knocked to the floor. It's going to go on Considine. It was an NBA three off the left wing that time by Chantel Meacham. Cuts the deficit to 11, but Boardman on the line. First trip to the line tonight, and got the ball to dance around, but fell out. One more free throw for Boardman. Missed them both. Rebound Considine. Nobody there to box out. 35-24. Wheaton with a chance to knock it into single digits here. Meacham works it off to McDaniels. Back to Meacham. Down to the right corner it goes. Reeves back up top to Zeller. Zeller on the right wing. Around to Meacham. Meacham on the drive to the free throw line. Cut off there. Now they go inside. Zeller working on Hahn. Turns around, faces Hahn. Gets it into Considine. Blocked by Boardman. Loose in the corner. Picked up by McDaniel. Never hit the rim. And a shot clock violation on the Wheaton Thunder. Boardman's block. That ball never touched the iron. And when it deflected into the left corner, the shot clock rolled out on the Wheaton Thunder. 35-24 Carthage. Lady Reds will bring it up. 2 minutes into our second half. Hahn lost her defender, fires one up as falling down that time was Reeves, and then we got a whistle and a foul on Quinn. Trying to pester the ball that time, and Quinn picks up her third. Well, Quinn has 3. Ashley Cunningham with 3 fouls for the Lady Reds. So now the Carthage team in a bit of a quandary here early. Coach Bernero is going to allow Quinn to stay on the floor with that third personal foul. McDaniels on the right wing with it for the Thunder. Drives to the top of the circle. Another deep three up and in for Chantel Meacham. She's 2 for 2 here in the second half. Well, she couldn't hit Lake Michigan standing on the shoreline behind Lentz Hall in that first half. But she's 2 for 2 now here in this second half. 35-27. They've knocked it down to 8. Now Quinn circling around, going left, lays it short. Boardman with the offensive board. The stick back wouldn't go down. And again, 4 dark jerseys underneath, hunting for that rebound as McDaniels comes away with it. Dumps it back to Zeller, top of the circle. Back to McDaniel. She'll fire the 3. That one's no good. Hahn going up for the rebound, lost it. It rolls out to Kleiner. Kleiner across to Thomas, takes it across midcourt. And a timeout by the Lady Reds. They've been out of sort here a little bit, both on both ends of the floor. They got to change things up. As credit Wheaton, they've been able to find Meacham for a couple of deep threes, including the nice feed from McDaniel. Straight on that 3-ball, knocking it down to 8. 35-27, your score. We'll keep it here. There's a chance to remind you that soccer camps ought to warm you up. And the Carthage College 2015 soccer camp brochures are now available. The soccer camp for girls, the girls resident camp will run June 14th through June 18th. The boys resident camp following week, June 21st through the 25th. Camps are open for players ages 9 to 18 with day camps available for those 5 to 11. And for more information and a brochure for the 2015 Carthage College soccer camp, contact head coach Steve Doman. 551-5390. That's 262-551-5390. Or you can email Coach Doman at sdoman, that's SDOMIN, at carthage.edu. And for more information, go out to the Carthage website, carthage.edu/soccer camp for more information. 35-27. Reds lead cut down to 8 here early in the second half, 16 and a half minutes to go. Final home game of the regular season here for the Lady Reds. Thomas will take the inbound. Guarded by McDaniel, hands it off to Kleiner. Kleiner circles around. To her left, gets it off to Thomas for 3. Thomas with a ceiling scraper. Able to knock it down from long distance. Lead back to 11, 38-27. 4 points tonight for Aaron Thomas. Now Considine way up top. Works it off to Zeller, right corner, to McDaniel, top of the circle. Hands it back to Meacham. Got to defend her. Gives it back to McDaniel once again on the left wing. McDaniel with the right dribble. Now goes down the lane, lays it up and in. Switch off there as Kleiner let her go. Thought Quinn was going to defend, but Quinn with that third foul really couldn't do much that time as McDaniel blew down the lane. 38-29. Boardman now, near side Quinn. Feeds Hahn underneath, goes up strong, missed the shot, was bumped, no foul call. Rebound cleared out to Zeller. Thunder will bring it down, trailing by 9. Meacham with it, middle of the floor. Works it off near wing. Reeves for 3, knocks it down off the right wing. Quinn was with her, but again with those 3 fouls, really couldn't get up in front of her. Just kind of a token hand in her face, and it's now a 6-point game. Hahn underneath, lays it up and in left side. Nice lead from Kleiner that time, finding Alexis Hahn on the left block for the layup. 13 tonight for Hahn. 5 minutes gone by, second half. 8-point game. Zeller now in the paint, kicks it back out. McDaniel, guarded by Kleiner. And Kleiner commits the foul. McDaniel took the dribble, kind of a head-shoulder fake, and then took the dribble left side to the left baseline, and Kleiner left her feet, and then trying to get in front of her, committed the foul. Said it was on the floor before the shot. That's what Rhonda Mont is saying. Nope. And Dorian Stewart's going to overrule and say it was an active shooting. That'll put McDaniel on the line, shooting 2. Daniel's been a free throw shooting machine the last 2 games, 22 of 27 from the line. 11 of 18 in last 2 ball games. You don't want to start this train to the line. One of the better free throw shooters in the league. McDaniels knocks down the first. Just a scooch under 82% this year from the line. Morgan Harris in now for Aaron Thomas. McDaniel's second toss is in. 6-point game, and Lawson will check in for McDaniels. Kelly Lawson, a 5'10 freshman out of St. Anthony, Minnesota. And on the inbound, we got a turnover. 5-second count on the Lady Reds. So just like that, the Thunder to within 6 can knock it to within 3 long distance. Nearly a 5-second count as they get it in. Lawson with it. Tried to bounce feed. It was kicked by Kleiner out of bounds. Thunder will keep it. Right of the basket here. Well, the Reds led by as many as 18 in that first half. Now it's down to 6, and we got a whistle, and we got a foul before the shot on the Lady Reds. It's going to go on Boardman. Boardman on the hook that time. Got her left arm hook as they toss it in quickly. Backing down is Berg. Jennifer Berg back out for the 3, and it's knocked down by Chantel Meacham. Meacham 3 for 3 here in the second half. Timeout, Lady Reds. It's a 3-point game. Thunder have come all the way back and trail by 3 here. Lady Reds will take the timeout. We will keep it here. Let's take a quick look around the CCIW. Games in action right now. 11 minutes to go in Chicago. Illinois Wesleyan leading North Park 55-45. Down in Rock Island, Augustana a 3-point lead over Milliken. 11.5 minutes remaining in that contest. Earlier this afternoon at Elmhurst, the Blue Jays knocked off North Central 91-64. And here the Lady Reds have all but coughed up the lead here. They've been outscored 18-6 here in this second half. And it's a 3-point lead for the Lady Reds, 40-37. 18-6 run, and it's Chantel Meacham leading the way here for the Thunder. 3 for 3 from behind the arc. As I said, the first half, she was 0 for 6. She has 9 points now, all coming here in the second half. Harris, Hahn, Boardman, Quinn, and Kleiner out there for the Lady Reds following the timeout. Kleiner, 3-point shot on the way, good. big bucket there for Casey Kleiner. She went up and over Meacham that time for the triple. 9 points for Kleiner. 43-37, the lead back to 6 here. Considine way out on the right wing. Gets it off to Lawson. Now they will try and work it back inside to Considine. It was poked away by Boardman. Thunder will keep it underneath with 11 to shoot. Zeller will trigger the inbound. Gets it into Meacham. Into Considine. Back out it goes to Lawson. Penetrates. And it goes out of bounds. It was knocked out by the Lady Reds. Ball didn't hit the rim. I don't think. Let's see. It was tipped. Did not hit the rim. So 4 seconds to shoot here on the inbounds for the Thunder right of the basket. Zeller looks to inbound. And nowhere to go, and almost a 5-second count there. She got it into Lawson. And they call the 5-second count. So it turns it over to the Lady Reds. Harris now will bring it up from the backcourt. Harris across midcourt. Guarded by Lawson. Deflected by Lawson. Harris picks it back up. Tried to pass it off to Boardman on the right block. And threw it off the leg of Considine out of bounds. 16 to shoot here for the Lady Reds. 13 and a half minutes to go in the game. They get it in quickly to Kleiner. Back up top to Quinn. Around the left side to Harris. Harris to Boardman. Back to Kleiner. 7 to shoot. Casey nowhere to go. Try to roll it into Hahn, and it's taken away inside by Berg. 43-37 your score as Wheaton will bring it down. They trail by 6. Zeller, 1-1. Got the nice ball screen by Considine as she lost Kleiner. Missed the shot, but the offensive rebound by Jennifer Berg. Berg in the right corner with it. Now working on Hahn. Cut off there by Hahn. Dumps it back to Zeller. Jump stop. Got around Hahn and laid it off the glass and in. Good move by Zeller that time. 43-39. Now Quinn will set it up offensively on the right wing. Gets it back to Kleiner. Kleiner now to Boardman. Looked right, now flips it left back to Kleiner. Now to Quinn. Quinn on the drive, into the corner. Harris showing the ball, now puts it on the floor. Gives it off to Quinn with 8 on the shot clock. Hin back to Harris. Harris out of the corner. Rattles out, no good. Hahn with the poke out, back to Quinn. Carthage will reload on the offensive rebound by Hahn. Kleiner now works it back to Quinn. Lob feed over the top to Hahn, and she's hammered going to the basket, knocked hard to the floor. Both Zeller and Meacham inside that time. Mugged over Hahn pretty hard. Nice lob feed that time by Quinn, and foul's going to go on Meacham. That's her first. 4th on the Thunder here in the half, and Hahn will go to the free throw line, shooting 2. Still trying to gather her thoughts at the top of the circle here. So Boardman, her teammate, going to relace the shoes before they get set on the baseline. Now Hahn's ready for her free throws. Hahn with 13 points here in the ball game, able to knock down the first. She's 2 for 2 from the line today. Bremhorst and McDaniels check in, replacing Considine and Meacham. One more toss here for Alexis Hahn. Free throws up and in. 2 for 2 for Hahn. She will check out as Allison Riley will come in. 45-39. Reds leading here. 12 minutes to go in the ball game. McDaniels works it off to Bremhorst. Bremhorst did some damage in that second half against the Reds down in Wheaton. All of 11 of her points came in that second half. Takes the jumper there. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Carthage ball. And at the spot where you want the post player to shoot. Mel Bremhorst going 6-1. Taking the outside jumper there. Full court press put on here. 1-2-1 press here for the Thunder. So they get it to Harris. She'll keep it middle of the floor. Pushes it up with the dribble across midcourt. Now works it off right side to Quinn. Quinn feeds Boardman in the paint. Boardman turning, going glass, lays it up and in. Got around Bremhorst that time. Fake to her right, turned to her left, laid it up with the left hand. Boardman with 12. 47-39. Lead back out to 8. McDaniels top of the circle. Got around Harris, going hard, and the foul on Morgan Harris. Harris forced to reach as she lost her that time with her feet. The foul will go on Morgan Harris, her second. Bremhorst will come out. Jennifer Berg in now. So work it into Graham. Graham to Zeller. Free throw line jumper good. Ellie Zeller. Zeller now with 6 points. 47-41. Thomas back in there now for the Lady Reds. Will handle the basketball in the backcourt. Working on McDaniels as she takes it across midcourt with the dribble. Now left wing it goes Quinn. Quinn driving. Gets to the left baseline. Quinn thrown to the floor. No foul called. Zeller comes away with it. Zeller down the floor quickly. Gets it off to Graham. Graham with the dribble. Through the paint. Back out to McDaniels. Katie McDaniels. And Harris out on her. Works it off on the left wing to Berg. Berg now back to McDaniels. 12 to shoot here for the Thunder. McDaniels in the paint. Just flows one off. No good. Deflects through Riley. Picked up by Zeller. Riley wasn't expecting it. Camping out on the arc and hitting it is Jennifer Berg. And quickly that's back to a 4-point game. Boy, Riley wasn't expecting that carom and lost that rebound. Went right through her hands. Thomas now will set it up to Riley around to Quinn. Quinn waving it around. Trying to drive on Zeller. Gets to the paint and we got a body foul on Zeller. Two hands on the hips that time of Quinn. The 15th foul now on the Thunder. Meacham back in now, replacing Lawson for the Thunder as Harris will trigger the inbound up top to Thomas. 9:55 to play, 47-43. Reds clinging to a 4-point lead. Now Quinn over the top into Boardman. Boardman trying to go down low, nearly lost it, shoveled it up to the hoop, missed it. Zeller with the rebound. Big trip here. McDaniels coming down. Back out, 3 by Meacham. That one's no good. Rebound by Berg. She'll clear it back out. Jennifer Berg having quite a second half. Now McDaniel around Harris, lays it up and in. Another timeout taken by the Lady Reds as they've cut it to 2, 47-45. 9:23 to play here at the Tarble Arena. Hard to believe this was a 16-point lead. Carthage led by 15 at the half. 18-6 run brought them back in on the Chantel Meacham three-point prowess. Wheaton now for the game, 37% shooting. They were 7 for 27 in the first half. Here in the second half, they are 10 for 19. They were 1 for 8 shooting the 3 ball in the first half. They are 5 out of 6 here in the second half. So how quickly things have turned here at the Tarble Arena. Reds trying to hang on here. Again, the Reds will not play Wednesday, no game Wednesday, so their next action will be down in Decatur on Saturday. So they'll have a week off. Boy, practice time, give them a couple days off. I would think tomorrow and perhaps even Monday off, and then hit the practice floor hard Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Maybe a light shoot around Friday for that long bus ride down to Decatur. Once again, a 1-2-1 press put on here by the Thunder as Quinn will trigger the inbound, gets it into Harris. Quinn, Harris, Thomas, Riley, and Boardman out there for the Lady Reds. It'll be Zeller along with Meacham, McDaniels, Berg, and Graham out there for the Thunder. Riley inside, nice look to Boardman, able to finish low right. Went right back to the bread and butter, went right back to the post play of Boardman. 14 tonight for Taylor Boardman. 49-45. Reds by 4. Now Berg with it, working on Riley with the dribble. Poked out by Harris. Loose out near midcourt. McDaniels flags it down before it hits the center stripe. Gives it off to Zeller. Zeller looking inside. Broken up by Boardman. Saved it from going out nicely to Quinn. Heads up play by Taylor Boardman. Able to get the block inside and then saved it from going out to her teammate. Carthage will set it up. Thomas now. Works it off to Riley. Gets it off to Quinn. Quinn up top to Harris. Ball fake, now dribbles. Takes it down the left baseline. Scoops up short. Battle for the rebound. Picked up by Boardman. Tried to go back up with it. Had stripped out. No foul called. Oh my goodness. Looked clearly like Graham got her across the arm. Back the other way. McDaniels missed the layup. Boardman clears the rebound. Carthage will walk it up. 49-45 Lady Reds. 8 minutes to go here in Kenosha. Riley top of the circle. Works it off to Quinn. Quinn now on the drive to the free throw line. Tried to feed Riley inside. Was deflected. Got a held ball. Possession arrow going to the Lady Reds. Carthage will inbound with 9 to shoot as Riley couldn't gather in that pass and got tangled up with Berg for the held ball. Considine in for Berg. Hahn will check in for Boardman for the Lady Reds. Harris looking to trigger the inbound. Does to Thomas. Thomas on the drive, left side, going glass, banks it in. Got around Zeller with a little ball fake that time, and McDaniels late on the switch. Thomas with 6. The lead out to 6. McDaniels middle of the floor. Works it off left wing Graham. Back up top Zeller. Zeller getting around Quinn. Help out by Riley and the foul. Quinn and Riley were both there. The foul's going to go on Allison Riley, her first. Team fouls even now at 5 apiece, and Zeller on the line. 2 for 2 today at the line. And Zeller drops in the first of 2 here. Mariah Reeves will check in, replacing Lauren Graham for the Thunder. Second free throw by Zeller is good. 2 for 2 that trip for Zeller. 8 points tonight for Zeller. 51-47. Again, pressure in the backcourt. Harris behind the back dribble. Now takes it across midcourt. Guarded heavy by Meacham. Now picked up the dribble. Needs some help. Riley middle of the floor. Wants Quinn to set a screen. Now drives left side. Contact and a foul. Riley was going to wait for Quinn to come over and take the ball screen, but then suddenly the left side of the baseline opened up and she took it right down to the rim as she spun her way around Mariah Reeves. That last foul on Considine, that's her 3rd. And Riley knocks down the first of 2. Riley with 3 points this afternoon. Out of Cudahy, Wisconsin, one of the seniors honored before the ball game today. Missed the second free throw. Considine tracks down the ball in the corner. 52-47 as we approach 7 minutes to play here at the Tarble Arena. Zeller, 16-footer right side, no. Battle for the loose ball and a foul. Check that. Considine with the offensive foul. Boy, I had to check the Jennifer Warshow with the call here, and then to call a foul on Considine. That's much to the consternation of Kent Manson, the head coach for Wheaton. Wow, how is that a foul? And that's going to be the 7th. And so Considine will check out with her 4th personal foul, and there will be bonus free throws here for the Lady Reds. Kleiner will come back in, replacing Morgan Harris. And we got Alexis Hahn going to the line, who got tangled up with Considine, shooting the 1-and-1. Hahn's free throw good. Hahn with 16 points. She had 34, a collegiate best, to go with 17 boards the other night against North Central. Came up empty on the second. Rebound deflected through Riley, picked up by Meacham. 53-47. 2-possession game here with 6:50 to go. Berg onto the corner. Near side, up top to Zeller. Try to work it back inside. Now back out to Berg. Gives it to Zeller, who's double teamed. Nowhere to go with it. Now gets it off to Reeves. Back to Zeller. 18-footer good. Just inside the arc, out of the right corner, Zeller. She's now in double figures with 10. 53-49. Great ball game here this afternoon. Always a great matchup with Wheaton. Now the nice lob feed from Quinn to Hahn. Missed the layup inside. I've seen that way too many times this year where Hahn gets clear and just kind of shovels it to the basket rather than getting it off the backboard. Now McDaniels with it in a 4-point game. Driving, blocked by Hahn, picked up by Quinn. Hahn with the facial on McDaniel, going left to the basket that time. Thomas now gets it off to Riley, to Quinn near wing. Back out to Kleiner. Reversing left side now to Quinn. Feeds Kleiner inside the arc on the right wing. Thomas with 7 to shoot. Back out to Kleiner. Kleiner to Riley. Riley's got to get one off. Does, and it won't hit the rim. Third shot clock violation on the Lady Reds tonight. Boardman will check in, replacing Riley. 5.5 minutes to go. A 4-point Lady Red lead. Coming right down to the wire here this afternoon. Wouldn't have thought so at halftime. Reds shooting 60%, holding the Thunder to just 26% shooting. 1 for 8 at the 3-point arc as Berg got around Boardman, missed the layup, ball loose, and we got a held ball. Quinn and Hahn tying up Berg. Possession arrow going to the Thunder. They did not reset the shot clock. Let's see here. Did it hit the rim? I wonder if we got a replay on that one, John. Take a look here on our video stream if we get a replay. Did that ball hit the rim or not? Watching Berg inside, flipped it up. No, it did not. It went off the backboard. So a held ball. Possession arrow to the Wheaton Thunder. Nice job, John Voinovich and gang up there. Got the replay. Tell you what, this is the best production crew in the CCIW as Boardman taps away from Berg. The inbound pass. Steals it away for the Lady Reds. 5 minutes to play now. 53-49 Carthage. Quinn now up on the right wing. Gets it off to Kleiner. Kleiner top of the circle, back to Quinn right wing. Working on Zeller. Zeller sticking with her. Now fires it down to Hahn. Right block going up. Lays it in. Hahn going up at 6 foot against the 5'9" Mariah Reeves. No contest. 55-49. McDaniels now. Cut off. Back out for the 3 and dropping it in. Chantel Meacham. Meacham for the triple, her 4th of the half. She's 4 for 10 in the ball game, but 4 for 4 here in the second half. Cuts it to 3, 55-52 as the Thunder will take the timeout. Let's recap it for you here. 4:25 to play. Each team with 3 timeouts remaining. Possession arrow favoring the Lady Reds. Team foul situation. Wheaton with 7, so Carthage in the single bonus. Lady Reds with 5 team fouls. So they've got 1 to give yet before sending the Thunder to the free throw line. And the possession arrow going to the Lady Reds. Other games in conference. Final 2 minutes down in Chicago. A tight one there. Lady Titans of Illinois Wesleyan, 68-66 lead over North Park. Another tight ball game in Rock Island. Augie holding on to a 5-point lead over Milliken, 59-54. Earlier this afternoon, the Blue Jays beat North Central 91-64. With the North Central loss, Wheaton, the outright conference title. First title since 2007. That was part of their three-peat, 05, 06, and 07 for the Wheaton Thunder. If you're watching the video stream, we got the updated standings out there. Thunder at 11-1. North Central now 9-4. Cannot catch Wheaton with 1 game remaining. Again, pressure in the backcourt. Thomas down the sideline and threw it away. Bad pass by Aaron Thomas coming down the right side. Tell you what, with the 1-2-1 press, they're looking to trap on the wings. You got to get that ball middle of the floor. 3-point game here. McDaniels will bring it down for the Thunder. They trail. Berg with it outside the arc left wing. Gives it off to Meacham. Inside it'll go. Spinning on the left baseline, Graham. Kicks it back out to Berg at the free throw line to McDaniels with 11 to shoot. Daniels gave up the dribble. Now gets it back, goes up with the right hand, missing. Battle for the rebound, taken away inside by Graham, away from Hahn, and lays it up and in. It's a 1-point game. 55-54. Graham out hustling Hahn. Now Boardman going up for the layup. Hits. Boardman with contact from Lauren Graham as Graham hit the deck. No call. Boardman able to finish. She's got 16. 57-54. 3.5 minutes to play. Graham rolls it inside. Zeller got away from both Boardman and Quinn for the layup. Zeller again cuts it to one. 57-56. 3:10 to go here in the Tarble Arena. Kleiner works it off right corner, Quinn. Quinn now driving out of the right corner into the paint. Backs into the paint. Lobs it down to Hahn. Hahn will finish low right. Up and around Jennifer Berg that time did Hahn. 20 points tonight for Alexis Hahn. The lead back out to 3. Berg for 3 to tie. It rolls off, no good. Quinn able to gather in the rebound. Big miss there as Carthage will bring it down. 2:35 to play, leading by 3. I'd like to get one more basket here, make it a 2-possession game here. Take your chances on defense. Thomas with 10 to shoot on the left wing. Now gave up the dribble, gets it out to Kleiner. Kleiner, it won't get it away. It'll count, but it rolls off, no good. Just as the shot clock went dark, Kleiner got it away. McDaniel with the rebound. 59-56, Lady Reds lead by 3. Berg with it again, high in the right wing. Works it back up top to Meacham. Inside it goes to Zeller, count it, and one for Ellie Zeller down the lane. A chance to tie with the and one. Hahn picking up the foul, her first. 16th foul on the Lady Reds, and a big 3-point play conversion upcoming for Ellie Zeller. They've come all the way back. Down 15 at the break with a chance to tie. Zeller's free throw is good. We're knotted at 59 with 1:56 to go. Thomas now takes it across midcourt. Sets it up here for the Lady Reds. To Hahn, top of the circle, left side Kleiner. Casey Kleiner. Back out to Quinn. Reversing right side Thomas on the wing to Boardman, back around to Kleiner. Kleiner guarded by Meacham. Now works it inside to Hahn, back out to Thomas, driving hard to the basket. Lost it out of bounds, deflected out by Considine. Lady Reds wanting a foul. Wheaton wanting that ball to be out of bounds off a Lady Red player. Meanwhile, the ball has rolled under the bleachers. Take one more look. I think the Lady Reds got away with a break there. It looked like it might have gone off the right hand of Thomas out of bounds. So we take a look at that replay. Again, the great production crew here at Carthage College with our video stream. John Voinovich and company doing an outstanding job. And they don't get it away. Shot clock violation. Kleiner forgot that the shot clock didn't reset, so now Wheaton will get it back. That's the 4th clock violation on the Lady Reds here tonight. So with 1:21 to go, a tie game at 59, Wheaton will bring it down with a chance to take their first lead since they led by 2 with 2 minutes into our contest here. McDaniels works the dribble, swings it off right side to Meacham. Back up top, it'll go around to Zeller. Ellie Zeller with it to McDaniel. Kleiner defending McDaniel, pulls up the dribble, gives it off. Zeller on the drive, lost it out of bounds, and instead it went off of Hahn with 7 to shoot. Under a minute to play now. Zeller will trigger the inbound right of the basket. She'll throw it in the left corner to Meacham. Now inside Graham, turning, spinning with the left hand, banks it in. Lauren Graham, a big banker with the left hand off the left block. 61-59 Thunder. 47 seconds to go here in regulation. And a timeout taken by the Lady Reds. Wheaton has come all the way back. They were down 15 at the half. They take their first lead with under a minute remaining here in the second half. Their first lead since they led by 4-2, 2 minutes into the game. So a timeout, Lady Reds. They have 2 remaining. Let's take a look at what we have remaining here. Wheaton with 3 timeouts, Carthage with 2. Each team will be in the bonus. The next foul by the Lady Reds will put Wheaton in the 1-and-1. That possession arrow favoring the Lady Reds here. So Carthage drawing up something here. You have 20 in which to shoot. Wheaton's going to get one more possession here, regardless. So not only taking the timeout here to figure out something offensively, but if they miss now, you got to figure out who you're going to foul. They're all very good free throw shooters. They're coming in, this team shooting just under 70% from the line, so Lady Reds have to get their offense set. Let's see if they can try and get something up and over the top here. Consonine's on the floor now with 4 fouls. She will defend Boardman underneath. Carthage will put it in play at midcourt. 41 seconds to go in regulation, trailing by 2. Thomas now works it off to Quinn, left wing. Back to Thomas. Around to Hahn. Hahn fouled at the top of the circle as she tried to take the dribble around Graham. Graham with that big bucket to give her team the lead, commits the foul. That's the 8th team foul, so this will put the Lady Reds at the line shooting the 1-and-1 and Alexis Hahn. Morgan Harris will replace Aaron Thomas here, as Hahn will step to the line for the 1-and-1. Hahn makes the front end. Makes it a 1-point game. Chance to tie it here. And it's on the way and good. Alexis Hahn, 22 points tonight, ties the game at 61. Now you got to defend. And a timeout taken by the Thunder. Reds are going to defend the ball on the inbound. Morgan Harris all over the end line that time. So now the Thunder will take a timeout. They have 2 remaining. What a ball game here. You were with us in the first half. You thought Lady Reds are going to run away and hide. They jumped out to a 15-point halftime lead, led by as many as 18 in the first half, but credit the Thunder. They've come all the way back. They took their first lead here in the second half with under a minute to go on a spin move to the basket with the left hand by Lauren Graham. That made it 61-59, and now Hahn with a pair of free throws here with 31 seconds left in the game. Ties the game back up at 61. So it'll be McDaniel, Zeller, Considine, Meacham, and Graham out there for the Thunder. Kleiner, Harris, Boardman, Hahn, and Quinn for the Lady Reds. They'll bring it up uncontested, McDaniels. See how far down they go, if they'll take another timeout or if they'll play it through. Meacham, top of the circle. Gives it back to McDaniel, 14 with 13. Now with 10. McDaniels penetrates, going hard, lost the ball out of bounds. With 4 seconds left, it rolled off of Kleiner. And so now the Thunder will take a timeout. They will inbound left of the basket with 4.4 seconds to go. The Thunder down to 1 timeout remaining. Boy, McDaniel's on the drive. Did a little bicycle dribble up top and then dove down the right baseline, and she was going to try and get past Kleiner and lost control of the basketball, and it rolled off of Kleiner out of bounds. So the game tied at 61 here with 4.4 seconds to play. Each team in the single bonus. Wheaton with 1 timeout remaining. Lady Reds have 2. And that all-important ball tie-up, the possession arrow would go to the Lady Reds. Now you got to figure Meacham or McDaniels. We'll see who triggers the inbound here. That's the person you got to worry about, is the person inbounding the basketball. As you lose track of her, one of those two. They have lit it up here. Meacham, especially here in this second half. 4 for 4 from three-point shooting for Meacham in this second half. Zeller with 15, McDaniels with 15, Meacham with 12. Hahn with 22, Boardman with 16, Kleiner with 9 for the Lady Reds. It'll be Zeller that will trigger the inbound. Keep an eye on her. Zeller will get it in up top. Deep three for the win. Comes up short. Rebound out of bounds with 0.2 seconds left. We'll be heading to overtime. Only 0.2 of a second left here in regulation. Quinn will get it into Harris, and that'll end it here in regulation. So the deep three-point attempt by Meacham, her first miss here in the second half. That would have been good from Waukegan had she made that one. Shooting into that north basket, but she came up empty, so 5 minutes of overtime. So end of regulation tied at 61. We'll go to a 5-minute overtime. Each team will get an extra timeout here. We'll have a jump ball at center. So what a ball game here. It came down. Graham with that basket to give her team a 61-59 lead late. Alexis Hahn a pair of free throws. That coming with 31 seconds to play. Tied the game back up at 61. Wheaton had the final possession. McDaniels lost it out of bounds with 4 seconds left. Then off the inbound, they found Meacham on the left wing, whose three-point attempt came up empty. So taking a final look. Wow, that was well behind the arc on the left wing. And then the rebound angled out of bounds in the left corner. So Doran Stewart still talking things over down at the scorer's table, making sure everybody's on the same page on how overtime's going to work here. We'll have a center jump. Team fouls remain the same. Boardman and Considine will jump. And here we go. 5 extra minutes of basketball here. And Boardman wins the tip. Tips it back to Morgan Harris. Carthage will bring it up right to left here in this overtime, tied at 61. Boardman over to Kleiner on the right wing. Boardman will set the ball screen. Now they swing it off to Hahn. Hahn over to Harris. Morgan Harris waiting for someone to clear. It's Kleiner. Kleiner guarded by Zeller. Boardman up top. Now around left side it goes to Harris. Harris on the drive, left side, through the paint. Back feed to Boardman. Banks it too hard off the glass and a miss. Oh, just slammed it off the glass that time. Graham clears the rebound out to McDaniels. Inside it'll go. Graham working on Hahn, going glass, too strong. Considine with the offensive rebound and a foul on Taylor Boardman. That's her third. That's the 7th team foul on the Lady Reds. So now Wheaton in the bonus, but this was in the act of shooting, so Considine will get 2. And Considine drills the free throw. Hannah Considine with 7 points tonight. 3 for 3 at the arc. Or at the line, I should say. Nails both free throws, and Wheaton with just their third lead of the day, 63-61. We're a minute into our overtime here at the Tarble Arena in Kenosha. Hahn, 16-footer. That one's an air ball miss, picked up by McDaniel underneath. Only one good look by Boardman there, and not a very good look by Hahn. Now Considine up top to McDaniels. McDaniels with the left-hand dribble. Got past Kleiner, but then tried to get past Boardman, who blocked her shot out of bounds. Thunder will inbound left to the basket. Graham quickly in. Now to McDaniel. Around near side Meacham. Meacham up top. McDaniel all alone for three. That one rattled out no good. Battle for the loose ball. Hahn has it. Hahn takes it away. She was double teamed by Graham and Considine. Gets it down to Quinn. Quinn waits for traffic to clear. Now gets it back to Boardman. Around to Kleiner on the right wing. Kleiner back to Hahn. Hahn return pass to Kleiner, reversing left side Quinn into left corner Harris. Harris guarded by Zeller. Brings a dribble across the free throw line. Now over to Quinn on the right wing. 7 to shoot. Quinn working her left-hand dribble. Quinn shovels it into Hahn. It's broken up and taken away by Considine. 2 out of the 3 possessions. No good looks here for the Lady Reds. Meacham. And a steal by Kleiner. She tried to get it back to McDaniel, and Kleiner intercepted that pass. Gets it back to Quinn. Quinn going glass right side, lays it up and in. Erin Quinn, her first points coming here in overtime. Reties the game at 63. That's set up by the Kleiner steal. Now inside Graham around Hahn, lays it in. Lauren Graham. She has 6. 2.5 minutes to go here in overtime. 65-63 Wheaton. Harris around to Quinn. Quinn now to Hahn, top of the circle. Works it off to Kleiner. Back out to Quinn on the right wing. Quinn driving on McDaniel. Spinning on McDaniel. Was fouled. And goes down hard in the paint. Quinn will go to the line to shoot 2. Second foul on Graham. 9th team foul on the Thunder, and so Quinn will go to the line and nails the front end. 83% from the line this year for Quinn. First overtime matchup of the year for both teams as Quinn hits both free throws. And a timeout taken by the Lady Reds. We're tied at 65 with 2:12 to go here in our extra frame. Couple of finals now. Illinois Wesleyan hung on to beat North Park 72-68. Big loss there for North Park as they fall to 5-8 now, and they are out of the running for that 4th and final spot. They needed a win. And how about Augustana? Augie Viking women pick up the win today, 63-55 over Milliken. So now your standings starting to get a little clearer here going into the final game. North Park with that loss now out of contention. Milliken out of contention. So now it's between Carthage and Elmhurst as to who gets that 2-3 matchup with North Central. If Carthage finishes 3rd, they'll face North Central in the first round of the conference tournament. If the Reds finish 4th, they would face Wheaton in a first round matchup. It'll be 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3. Wheaton will bring it in, tied at 65 with 2:11 to play. It's an interesting tidbit we might ask Coach Bernero going into the game next week against Milliken. What would you do? Considine now on the left wing. Gives it off to Graham. Graham to the free throw line. Back up top, Meacham. Meacham on the drive now. Runs into Boardman. Missed the shot. There was contact. No foul called. Harris clears it out. Minute 45 to go in overtime. Harris will bring it down in a tie game. Harris into the near corner. Kleiner back out to Boardman, back out to Harris. All alone for 3. Knock it down, freshman Harris. Yes, sir. Morgan Harris with a clutch three-pointer. And Boardman is hurt here. Not sure what she did. I don't know if she's cramped up. Well, watch Harris on the replay hit the three-pointer, and it looked like she got tangled up with her feet. And she's had a sprained ankle earlier this year and been wearing a brace on that right ankle since earlier this year. And she's going to be helped off the floor here. She's walking under her own power, but the training staff working with Taylor Boardman here. So Riley will check in, replacing Boardman. 1:29 to go in a three-point game now. Reds up 3. Reeves will check in, replacing Graham for the Thunder. McDaniels will bring it across midcourt. 68-65, Lady Reds. Zeller now up top. They're working around. Back to Reeves. Now to Considine. Gets it to Zeller. Zeller driving in left side. Cut off in the paint. Kicks it back out. Reeves now driving in left corner. Pulls up off the glass. Rolls off no good. Ball loose underneath. And it goes out of bounds off of Mariah Reeves. She was battling Hahn inside for that loose ball. It rolled off her hand. It'll be Carthage ball underneath as the Thunder will take a timeout.
It's a full time.
1:04 remaining. 68-65, Lady Reds. Each team with a timeout remaining. Each team in the bonus, but the possession arrow in this overtime goes to Wheaton. Oh, what a game here. Thunder 16th ranked in the nation. Carthage trying to make it 2 in a row over top-ranked teams. 2 top 25 teams this week. Trying to keep pace with the Elmhurst Blue Jays, who've already won today. They're sitting at 8-5. So they have that third spot, just a game behind North Central. So that jumbles up the tiebreaker a little bit for that. Who's going to be third, who's going to be fourth, should Elmhurst and Carthage finish in that tie. And I believe with the win here today by the Lady Reds, that would give them the tiebreaker advantage over Elmhurst, I think. I'm going to check here. Carthage and Elmhurst split their games. I said this was Carthage's first overtime. It's their second. They lost at Elmhurst in overtime a week ago. Carthage facing pressure now. Kleiner turned it over. Trying to pass it out. Turned over. Three-pointer on the way is no good. Rebound Hahn. And it goes out of bounds off of a Wheaton player. Went off of Zeller, who cut in front of Hahn. Knocked it away from her. Carthage got a break there. Almost threw it away again. Kleiner takes it across to Quinn. Now they'll set it up. 49 seconds to go in overtime, leading by 3. Harris, her big three-pointer. The difference. Inside Hahn. Hahn lost it, got it back. Was hit, no call by Considine. Got hit again as Considine passed it off to Zeller. Not over yet. 30 seconds to go. McDaniels driving. Throws one off the glass, drew the foul. Just stumbled her way through 2 defenders that time, just shoveled it up. And she'll get to the line to shoot 2 here. Hahn picking up the foul, her second. McDaniels on the free throw line. Nails it. 3 for 3 today at the line. 16 points for McDaniels. Chance to pull her team to within 1 with 27 seconds to go here in overtime. It's on the way, and it's good. 1-point game. Carthage needs to get it in here. They get it to Harris. Harris, bounce feed across to Quinn. They've got a 2-on-1, and Quinn fouled on the play.
Thunder foul. Number 10, McDaniels.
Foul will go on McDaniels. Double bonus now as Quinn will go to the line, will shoot 2. Quinn, one of the better free throw shooters on this team. Nails the first. Puts her team up 2. This is a big one here. Chance to make it a 3-point game again, and does. 2 for 2 for Quinn. 6 points here, all coming in the second half for Quinn. 70-67. 18 seconds to go, and Wheaton will take their final timeout. As they bring it across midcourt, Thunder will burn their final timeout. They are out of timeouts with 18 seconds to go. Carthage has 1 timeout remaining. Wheaton also has the possession arrow in their favor. So recapping this, Hahn's 2 free throws tied the game and sent us into overtime. Knotted at 61. Then Wheaton got a pair of free throws by Hannah Considine to go up by 2. Then Erin Quinn got a layup to tie the game at 63. Lauren Graham, a layup, made it 65-63 here in overtime. Then a pair of free throws by Quinn, knotted it back at 65. And then Morgan Harris with that 3-pointer put her team up by 3, 68-65. Then McDaniels a pair of free throws. Cut it to 1, 68-67. And Quinn here at the line with a pair of free throws to build it back out to 3. It'll be Wheaton ball at midcourt. They are out of timeouts. 18 seconds to go here in overtime. Reds trying to hand the Thunder their 3rd loss of the season and their 2nd in conference. North Park, the only other team to beat Wheaton here in the CCIW. They get it into McDaniel. McDaniel back out. 3 for the win. It's short. Ball loose. Picked up by McDaniel. Meacham for the win. No. Long rebound. Pulled in by McDaniel. Blocked by Boardman. Picked up by Hahn. And Hahn fouled as she tried to dribble out by Zeller. And Carthage is going to hang on here in overtime and pick up the win. 4.4 seconds to go, and Hahn will go to the line shooting double bonus. Need 1 here to make it a 2-possession game. Come on, Lexi. Bucket. 4-point lead. Alexis Hahn, 23 points, hits the free throw. Second one is up and in. 2 for 2, 72-67. 2-possession game, 4 seconds to play. McDaniels across midcourt. Considine for the 3. It goes down with 0.6 of a second left. Well, now you got to get it in. They do to Kleiner, and the horn sounds, and the Lady Reds have upset the 16th-ranked Wheaton Thunder, completing an upset of top 25 teams this week here at the Tarble Arena, as they win in overtime by a final of 72-70. Wow, what a ball game. Came right down to the final free throws here. Alexis Hahn able to hit a pair of free throws with 4 seconds left. Considine's 3, they needed them because Considine drilled the 3 with 0.6 of a second left to pull their team to within 2, your final margin. 72-70. Lady Reds a winner over Wheaton. And they wrap up the home session here with the win over the Thunder, splitting their season series with the Thunder at a game apiece. We'll pause and take a 2-minute break, back to recap the numbers and visit with head coach Tim Bernero. All part of our Lady Reds postgame right after this 2-minute timeout on AM 1050 WLIP. Well, the Lady Reds dig out an overtime win here. They 1-1 in overtime games this season. They lost at Elmhurst, but winning here at home, 72-70, your final score in overtime this afternoon. Reds led by 15 at the half, but just couldn't get anything going in the second half. A credit to the Wheaton Thunder defensively. They took the Lady Reds out of their offensive flow, and they got hot. They rolled the hot hand of Chantel Meacham, who went 4 for 5 during that second half from 3-point range. and single-handedly brought her team back with those three-point shots. They actually got their only lead of the second half at 61-59 on a layup by Lauren Graham with 54 seconds left, coming all the way back from that 15-point deficit. That at that time, I should say, was their only lead since very early, 2 minutes into our first half. So they led 61-59 on the Lauren Graham layup, but then Graham fouled Alexis Hahn with 31 seconds to play in regulation, and Hahn sank both free throws, and Chantel Meacham had an opportunity to win the game with a three-pointer at the end of regulation, but missed. And so we head into overtime, and that's where the Lady Reds went to work here in the overtime period. They actually trailed early in the overtime. Hannah Considine getting a pair of free throws to send Wheaton up by 2, 63-61, and again 65-63 on a layup by Lauren Graham. But the Lady Reds went back to work. Erin Quinn with a pair of free throws tied the game at 65 with 2 minutes to go. And then Morgan Harris, the freshman out of Hershey, with the big bucket of overtime, the three-pointer with a minute and a half to go. That put her team up 3, 68-65. Reeves missed a layup. Wheaton got the rebound and took a timeout. It was a Lady Red ball then at that point on the turnover. Casey Kleiner turned it over on the inbound on the steal by Katie McDaniels. Meacham missed a three. The rebound then went out of bounds off of Zeller, so Carthage was able to get the ball in play. Hahn missed a layup on a block by Considine, and the rebound got back by Hahn. Her second effort missed. Zeller able to clear the rebound, and Hahn committed the foul. That put McDaniel on the line shooting a pair. She made both to cut the deficit to 1, 68-67. McDaniels then fouled Quinn, who calmly sank 2 free throws to put her team up 3, 70-67. Wheaton took a timeout as they got across midcourt to set up the final shot. Reeves missed a three-pointer. McDaniels got the offensive rebound, kicked it back out to Meacham on the right wing. She missed the three. McDaniels another rebound, but then turned it over as it went out of bounds. And Carthage then, or I should say McDaniels turned it over as it was stolen by Alexis Hahn, and Ellie Zeller fouling Hahn with the game in the balance at that point. Hahn stepping up for the double bonus, hit both free throws to put her team up 2 possessions, and they needed both free throws as Considine came down and hit the three-pointer with 1 second left to shave the final margin to 2, 72-70. Hahn led all scorers tonight with 24. She was 8 of 14 from the floor. Boardman was 16 points on 8 for 12, but got injured here in the overtime period and hobbled off. Had her looked like her right leg looked at as she got off to the sideline and to the trainer table behind the Lady Reds bench. The only 2 players in double figures for the Lady Reds tonight were Hahn and Boardman with 24 and 16 apiece. 4 players in double figures for Wheaton tonight. McDaniel with 17. She was 6 of 16 from the field and 4 of 4 from the line for her 17 points. Ellie Zeller finished with 15 on 5 of 12 shooting. Chantel Meacham, 12 points, all coming after the break. And they were all from the three-point arc. And 11 points for Hannah Considine. Considine playing much of the latter stages of the second half and all of the overtime with 4 fouls. Wheaton won the rebounding battle. Talk about an even stat sheet. They got 43 rebounds, 21 offensive, 22 defensive. Carthage with just 7 turnovers in the 25 minutes of second half play for a total of 18. And Wheaton turned it over just 6 times in the second half and overtime for a total of 17 tonight. Your final shooting numbers. Lady Reds in the second half, 9 for 20. 2 for 3 behind the arc for the game. Lady Reds 26 of 51, 51%. 6 of 10 from behind the arc. And 14 of 19, 73% from the line. Meanwhile, the Thunder shot 50% in that second half, 16 for 32. They were 5 of 8 shooting the 3 ball after going 1 of 8 in the first half. 5 of 8 in the second half for a total of 7 for 21. And they went 13 of 14 from the line here tonight. But somehow the Lady Reds had the resolve to pick up the win here at home. They send Wheaton to their 3rd loss of the season, their 2nd in conference. Lady Reds finished the week knocking off 2 top 25 teams in North Central and Wheaton, picking up the win here in overtime, 72-70. Got Tim Bernero all set up here, and a will to win, I would say, is the motto down there for your Lady Reds tonight.
This team's interesting, and maybe they're figuring it out at the right time. I mean, I thought we did a really good job mixing it up in the first half. They kind of chased us out of the zone a little. I mean, we got going offensively. Anytime, they're a great defensive team traditionally, and anytime you shoot 62% in the first half, that's a credit to the kids, executing and making good decisions offensively. We tend to have this habit in the second half of starting slow defensively, and that's what happened. And they've got so many good offensive players between McDaniels and Zeller and Meacham shooting the 3. I think fortunately we had Considine in foul trouble. Otherwise, she'd have been probably hurting us some too. But they went away from the post with her being in foul trouble and spread us out a little bit. And we had a hard time guarding all their people because they're so good offensively with how they move and stuff. So, and I'm sure anybody that knows how this season's gone would look and say, once they caught us, you're like, yeah, they had the big lead. This team had some moments where they're not as tough as they need to be, and we were able to stabilize it even when they got ahead one, made a couple offensive plays, tied the game up, got back, hitting some big free throws, got back, got the stop at the end of regulation. Then then it was back and forth in the beginning of the overtime, and then all of a sudden, a kid, a freshman steps up. The children shall lead you there. And I have so much confidence in her and Aaron Thomas. It's, we tried to put Morgan in at the end of the overtime defensively because she's a little stronger, and I kind of rode her to start this overtime, and she did a good job. And the ball came to her in an open spot, and she made the shot and got us up 3, and that kind of tipped the scale just a little bit where it was, we were ahead. I mean, it was 2, it was going to be 2 tied back and forth. That one kind of gave us a little bit, and then, I just told Melissa here that I don't know that it's certainly not for the air for me to say, but when after that first shot came off at the end and it got kicked out and Meacham picks it up and she's all by herself, I didn't know what to say, and it wasn't anything good.
There was a radio announcer had that floating in his head too. So
that's one of those, and that happened to us in a game earlier in the year at Wesleyan. We ended up winning the game. But it's one of those when you turn the ball over and the ball pops loose, and somehow their best player or best shooter comes open. Sometimes you can close your eyes and just listen to the sound of it going through the net because it's going in. Mm-hmm. Fortunately, we got a break this time, and she didn't make it, and we rebounded it and made the free throws.
Going back to Morgan Harris, a point you made in the pregame talking about a couple of the seniors that are seeing significant minutes here tonight and what they went through their freshman year. Does Morgan have any appreciation of what she's getting here as a freshman? I mean, force-fed, not only one of the toughest conferences in all of the Division III, but coming up with some clutch plays now. That was a clutch hoop, a three-pointer in that overtime.
And she's such a tough kid that sometimes I forget she's a freshman, and she made a big mistake when they were making their comeback where the ball went into the post to either Considine or something. She instinctively turned and ran down to double, which we don't we don't double the post hardly ever the way we play defense. I try kind of trust those guys. She turned and doubled, and they pitched it back out to Meacham, and she made it as like she was shooting a layup. And I said, I think we called there's a timeout. And I said, you cannot make that play. And she's like, I'm sorry. I said, so she, she's baptism by fire, and keeps getting better, and it's just like your own kids. They got to learn right from wrong, and sometimes the younger ones make some mistakes that you assume they'd know better. That the older kids do know. So the kids are helping her because they like her, and she's a good player. and they're trying to help her through that stuff. But she's made some big plays in the last month or so.
I thought one of the key reasons they kept you in that second half in their run was the fact you didn't turn the ball over in that second half. I think only 7 turns total in the 25 minutes of second half play, including the overtime.
And it looked like a game before the shot clock because they were so aggressive defensively. They pushed us out of our offense, and we kept getting a lot of stuff late in the clock. And I don't know how you look at that, but it might have been something where we were getting so late in the shot clock that we didn't have to guard them as long, and we were having a hard time guarding them. So maybe we were just keeping it away from them, sort of in the vein with like we had with North Central the other night. Keeping it away from them keeps them from shooting so many threes. But we had some possessions that were kind of on the edge there where we didn't know what we were going to get, and we got some plays. But looking at the numbers right now, Hahn 8 for 14, Boardman 8 for 12. That's good. They took part of our offense away. We didn't get a lot of clean looks for our guards, and that's a great job by them. And we'll have to look at it when we go back and play them the next time. But it was, the chess match begins now, because now you'll see somebody a third time.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mentioned it on the air now with the tie and the tiebreakers now between Carthage and Elmhurst. Who wants that third spot that's going to end up having to face North Central?
Right, and it's now although the way Elmhurst got on North Central today, maybe they're they play 20 people, but they're not supposed to get tired. But maybe their legs are a little tired on the 3, and maybe some of the people in the league have found a little bit of a better way to play them. But, hey, this league's tough. I mean, Elmhurst has got a really good basketball team. North Park and Milliken are very good. Wesleyan and Augustana has struggled a little this year, but they're all awful tough to beat. And, obviously Wheaton, I kind of, told the kids, and you said something before the game, we didn't want to see them celebrating on our court with the championship. Turns out that when North Central lost this afternoon, they had already won it. So I went over and talked to the Wheaton coach before. I said, "Is this like spring training? You're going to play your B team, so it doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about sweating it here. Just kind of let it go." And he kind of laughed because he knows we were just pulling his leg a little bit. But they're an excellent team, and this league, the tournament is going to be tough. It's interesting to see. I guess now that we're in it, we'll play whoever we have to play. And I just told the kids, hey, what we've proven is we've been able to beat both the teams that are at the top of the league this week. Now, obviously, it was in our building. We played North Central, or we don't. If we play North Central, we don't have to play them in their building where they got us. And we played well in Wheaton's building. We played well in that building over time. So, I think we're starting to feel good about ourselves. I mean, there was some stretches in the second half we looked a little wobbly, and that's to Wheaton's credit too. But that's. You give up 21 offensive rebounds and win the game. That doesn't happen a lot. So we must have done some other things well.
Well, and I said I think the fact you didn't turn the ball over in the second half, I think that was key. I mean, unforced errors are a bane on most teams, and it wasn't the case by your team. They had just some hot shooting by their three-point shooter early in that second half, and then coming up with some empty possessions on the other end were some shots that just didn't go down.
Right, and it was one of those, and you don't want to get too greedy, but if you're trying to build things, you try to tell the kids, hey, if we can just play them the way we played them and get them off the boards, now you're going to, not that we're going to beat them by 25 points in their building or something crazy like that, but that's one thing that they do well that kept them in the game, because you can look back, and like I pointed out that at the end of the overtime, is that what got Meacham that wide open shot that could have tied the game? An offensive rebound. So, and that's something you got to clean up. You can't get out-rebounded 43-29 and win too many times, but by taking care of the ball and shooting 51%, we gave ourselves a chance, and kids pulled it out.
Well, it's the Griswold Center next Saturday, and that's not going to be a fun place to play. That'll be their senior day for their program and their final home game, so they're going to be a little bit fired up, that Milliken team. And now you've got a week to kind of figure out how to do this. Do you change your strategy here a little bit with practice this week, kind of go light early and heavy late, or heavy early, light late? What are you going to do?
It's like baseball when you get into the World Series or the playoffs, and there's a break of like 5 days in between when they're used to playing every day. We've gotten in a rhythm since January 1st of playing, practicing twice and then playing a game. Practice 2 days, play a game, and then you take your day off on Sunday. So there's a rhythm to it, but now what we need to do here is take and give our, we're off tomorrow. Monday we're gonna, like all coaches, a little paranoid. Monday, I wanted to get them in here to, stretch them and kind of get some running in and a lot of shooting. Nothing physical, banging people around. Then we'll take Tuesday off because we don't practice 5 days straight and then play a game. So we'll take Tuesday off. Wednesday will probably be a little more similar to Mondays as far as shooting and doing some things. And then we'll go Thursday, Friday to get ready to go down there on Saturday.
Big ball game Saturday. Looking forward to it. Carthage and Milliken next Saturday. Coach, a big win in front of the home crowd here for the seniors. Send them off the home floor with a win tonight.
Thanks, John.
You bet. Tim Bernero, head basketball coach for the Carthage Lady Reds, as they pick up the win here at home by a final of 72-70 in overtime today. And it was Morgan Harris's three-point shot put it on the odd numbers in the overtime frame, and it was a pair of free throws by Alexis Hahn that put her team up by 5. They needed it because Considine hit the three-pointer late. That provided the final margin, 72-70 for the Lady Reds. So Carthage now 8-5, 15-9 overall. Wheaton falls to 11-2 in the league, 21-3. And there are your updated standings now with all the finals in. Wheaton is your conference champion. They got there by way of North Central's loss earlier this afternoon. So Wheaton will host the conference tournament on beginning Friday, February 27th. Thunder in first place, their first outright conference title since the 2007 season. North Central second, a game ahead of Carthage and Elmhurst, and that's going to be tricky going down the stretch there as well. As we'll take a look at a couple of the games that are going on, or what the teams have here. North Park will be at North Central on Saturday, so that's not a gimme. And let's see, Elmhurst will be at Illinois Wesleyan at the Shirk, with Carthage on the road at Milliken. So you have Carthage and Elmhurst at 8-5 in that third and fourth spot. North Park cannot catch them. So the tournament field is set. Wheaton, North Central, Carthage, and Elmhurst are your 4 teams in. It's just a matter of where Carthage, North Central, and Elmhurst all are going to fit in that 2 through 4 category based on tiebreakers and head-to-head. As I said, Carthage and Elmhurst at 8-5, tied for that third spot. So that'll all shake itself out next Saturday. That's when the Lady Reds will take the floor at the Griswold Center in Decatur, Illinois, to take on Milliken. We'll have the broadcast for you beginning at 4:30 with the Carthage Sports Report, and then tip-off at 5 o'clock, Carthage and the Big Blue from Decatur. That'll wrap up our Lady Reds broadcast here tonight. 72-70, a final in overtime. Thanks to John Voinovich and his fine video production team with their video stream tonight. Scott DeLabio engineering the women's broadcast on the air at the WLIP studios in Pleasant Prairie. We'll take a 2-minute break. John Weiser saying, stay tuned. We've got Redmond basketball coming your way next. Your final tonight in overtime. Lady Reds 72, Wheaton 70. Redmond Hoops coming your way next here on 1050 WLIP.